Hey everybody. Hey Addi. Hey Brooklyn.
Hi,
Hello.
everybody.
Hi everybody. I'm sorry. I really don't want to be on camera much. Hi everybody. Um, okay, so the last tell-all was yesterday, and I watched it, and we're going to talk about it.
Yes.
And I have some more stuff to add to it. So let me say hi to the chat real quick, and then we'll get into it. And Wicked, our friend, she's under the weather today. So Wicked, wishing you were here. But feel better, sweetheart. Hello, Jay Freak, Velvet. Let me see. Roro, Sheila, Ruth Ann, Paula, Mary Barcelona. MTT, Barbie, Sheila, I think I said it already. Franca. Oh, there's Wicked.
Hey,
Susie
Wicked.
Q, Betty Boo, Pisces, Amy Widenhouse. I like that name. Miss Catherine, Sherry. I wish I was in paradise, Sherry. Can I get there? Hey Tater. Jules, hello. Kind of going fast here. Ugh. I put my contacts back in. I haven't had them in for like 2 weeks, and like my eyes are burning. Sorry. I'm sorry. I have not had my contacts in at all. Linda S. Hi. Karen. Crystal Light, because I believe in me. Jen and Barrett. Plant Lover. Coffee. Brenda O. Ellie. Okay. Amanda, I probably skipped a whole bunch of people. I'm sorry. Like, my eyes are burning. I'm probably going to take my contacts back out. But
Without them?
On my end, I would like to say hi to Franca. She's in the chat over on my poor little channel.
is that it, Addi?
That's it.
Oh, okay. Well, that was easy. Go ahead, Brooklyn.
Don't use the channel much. Don't get many views.
Someone's popcorn's ready. Hey, Rita. So let's get into part 5 of the tell-all, and then the other stuff that we need to speak on, because I was there when that was happening. So let me play my clip, my intro. There we are. There we are. Brooklyn, your house on fire? What's going on?
No, that was my little alarm next to me. Sorry.
Okay, so the tell-all last night. All right, so I didn't realize, they had said, they showed the clips of like Michael's story and Angela being in the car. I was there when that happened. But, I didn't realize it was going to be like the last, 4 minutes of the tell-all, like while the credits were rolling.
Yeah, like what was that?
It was an add-on.
Yeah, like that was like the juiciest part of all of it, but whatever. And again, when Michael left, like they said on the show, it was a week, days. Like she had just gotten back and he had left. So Georgie, did you hear that?
No. Apparently, you only hear alarms in my house and alarms in Wicked's house.
You just didn't hear Georgie? Did you hear that? Georgie's turned into like just like a chatty Cathy. He just walks around the house, meow, 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 meow. That's all he does all day.
That's so cute.
So we'll get into a little bit of the tell-all. Again, I watched the first 2 episodes of the season, so I can't really put my 2 cents in. But a couple things I thought were funny. And the first thing was Lauren and Alex with their bags packed and like, okay, deuces, I thought that was amazing.
Mhm. I was so irritated. That whole Thais or however you say her name, and Sophie getting on her, and
Yeah.
everybody else was quiet. No, I'm sorry, but Lauren does not give that air to me at all. She is, if she's not what they were trying to say she was at all.
This
in
is
my
why I
opinion.
love the OGs, because Lauren's like, I don't got time for this. Like, I got
Yeah.
kids at home. I got to pick them up. We got school tomorrow. Like, I got things to do.
Yeah.
And I really thought that was a boss move. They come in with their jackets on and like their luggage, and everyone's, I was like, why are you leaving? Like, we're stuck here. Why aren't you going to be here? And she's like, well, we kept waiting for people to ask us questions, but nobody did. So why are we going to stay? And I have to give credit to Lauren. Like, why would they stay?
Yeah, I think
Addi,
what they wanted to do, they wanted Thais and Sophie wanted to get her back over to the house so they could drill her under some alcohol or something. So
it was just, and I didn't watch the four other parts, and but I have a gist of what happened. And Laura and Alex leaving, and let's not forget that Angela and Michael were leaving like right behind them. So I don't know why the tell-all or the couples made such a big deal out of Lauren and Alex leaving early when Michael and Angela had their bags packed right behind them.
Listen.
they went to the hotel.
They know they can't control Michael and Angela for anything. Angela, did you see her chase? Listen, you didn't watch the other 4 parts, right? Addi,
No.
you saw the first part when Angela's running up those stairs chasing him. That's like when you're in trouble, like when you're a kid and you get in trouble and your mother chases you up the stairs because you said shut up to her and you got to shut the door behind you. You know, when you get that one opportunity to be like, shut up. And all of a sudden she's like, what'd you say? And she runs and you lock yourself in the bedroom. And that's exactly what that scene reminds me of. They couldn't control Angela from the second that she got on that set. So they didn't care what she did. They didn't give her, they couldn't control her.
But they know they can't control her. Like the first time we met Angela was at the tell-all. Lord.
Me too, Shannon. Many a time. That's why I had the memory, honey. Okay, that's exactly why.
I know he's sleeping. I think it was 2021, and we were at the tell-all filming, and like, and we were out with Angela at 5:00 in the morning, and I'm like, she's like, I got to film in 2 hours. I'm like, how are you gonna do that? Because if it were me, I'd say I got this. And,
that's why she's a hot mess. That's how. Listen. Oh, you all know that I have my own opinions, and I really don't care what John's are.
But yes, and let me say that Brooklyn. I did a couple lives now about Angela and Michael, and Brooklyn has the dissenting opinion about Angela. So Brooklyn's not an Angela fan. And I don't want to say that. I don't want to say it like that.
She's not my friend. She's John's friend. I'm not any fan because the show is awful. But let's be honest, I'm not gonna like her because she's John. That's John's friend. That's not my friend. You all know that. You've witnessed the live last year. But I'm allowed to.
Brooklyn's still bitter about that.
Yeah. I'm just a fan of the show, or I was. And I still watch. I shouldn't say I'm not. I still watch, not religiously, but I do. But if I'm being honest, I feel, and I said it the other night, I typed it in your live, I'm sorry. Like, listen, Michael was in it for the long game. They both had something to make out of this relationship. Angela got fame, a house, money. Michael got a green card. So they both worked the long game. And now God knows he's got more money than her. Right? We know that. That's a little
He's
ridiculous.
got more money than all of us.
That's definitely, but that's another topic for another day. But I'm just simply saying, when people say, oh, well, what was in it? You were saying the other night, why did Michael come here? Why wouldn't he come here? He worked his ass off to come here. He put up with 7 years of her screaming.
Okay, that's where I disagree with you, but we'll get back to that part later.
I know why you're going to say that's not accurate. You're going to say if he knew she was like that, why'd he come? Who would not come? Who would not make sure after all the work? Yeah, exactly.
Can I get through my bullshit tell-all recap before
you invited me, my friend? You invited my butt here, and you're going to get it tonight.
No, good. I want you to give it to me because
I'm
everyone's
all
saying
hyped
like,
up, Addi.
I will be hiding in the corner over somewhere over there.
Exactly,
listen.
Jess.
I wanted to make this a balanced panel, so
I'm
here's
balanced
Brooklyn.
in the center, and with my.
Addie's
That's
neutral.
right, MW.
I'm
Sorry, I'm
pro
talking to my
Angela, but
people.
I want y'all to know, the
Oh.
last 4 or 5 times I've been with Angela in person, we fought. So don't make, and Brooklyn knows that. Don't it,
Oh, I'm not
Listen,
neutral. I'm not on his side at all. I'm just.
I got you, my girl. You know I love you. And listen, J Freak, I'm with you. I am not saying that he's not a scammer, but she knew who he was. She found a million reasons to leave his ass in Nigeria and ignored them all. And I don't know if it's just for love, okay? She had constant tickets onto the show. They kept having her back because she was in this 90-day relationship. What I'm trying to say is it worked for each other. I think Angela probably is a great person. I'm sure she loved him very much, but they both got something out of this deal. Okay? That's my point. Sorry, that's how I feel. Thank you, Pineapple Girl. Thank you. Thank you, Jeff. Do you see this chat, John Yates? You better watch yourself.
and that's why I wanted you here. Hello.
Girl, you better watch yourself, okay? Okay.
I don't have it in me.
Addi, we need you.
So
I
this
would
will be
I would die
alive
in
where me
Brooklyn.
and Brooklyn fight each other, and Addi
That's
is Switzerland. So if this was New Jersey, I'm Margaret, Brooklyn's Teresa, and Addie's Dolores. To give you an
I will
idea.
take that. I will take it. You're my girl.
Listen, this is what it is. Let's call it what it is. Okay? You could put pig on a lips. You could put lipstick on a pig. You could put
Lord,
lipstick on a
okay.
pig. It's still a pig, right?
Okay, Caroline Manzo.
Okay.
Using that Jersey analogy. Okay, so going back to the tell-all that we jumped, So Lauren, I love that move that Lauren and Alex made. Lauren and Alex, all those new people on the show should bow down to them because they are like royalty. Lauren and Alex run a show while these kids were still in middle school. So
Right, okay. Listen, I love them too, but I won't go as far as royalty.
Well, they are royalty because they're part of the Pillow Talk dynasty. And, Pillow Talk is like the Mount Olympus, which I said on Friday's live of 90 Day. That's really what it is. The people on Pillow Talk are what Sharp wants. Those cast members on Pillow Talk is what Sharp wants them to convey. Libby and Al.
I want
What?
David and Danny back. Where have they been? I want them back on my Pillow Talk. Where have they been? Why haven't been paying them to come back on Pillow Talk? They were the funniest. I used to laugh so hard I would start to spit and pee myself just a little drop.
just a skosh.
A little bit.
Yeah, because I'd be laughing so hard I didn't want to run to the bathroom when they were on. I'd be like, oh, I'm getting older, so you laugh so hard sometimes it just comes out.
And I don't know if it was Thais or Sophie or one of them that said you feel like you're better than us, and Lauren's like, I don't feel like that.
You feel like you're better than us. That's the way she says it in her Portuguese
That's
accent.
a good question, Pipsqueak. That's a good question because Angela did one season, and if anybody's going to know what her pay was, it might be John Yates.
I honestly can't answer that.
Here we go with the secrets again, people.
No, it's not secret. I'm telling you,
he doesn't watch it.
Evelyn was just on my live, and she was telling how much they got paid. And I'd be happy to tell you what they got paid. I know that Happily was always the highest paying franchise of all the 90 Day Fiancé universe. Being on Happily was the big bucks, but now Pillow Talk is kind of superseded that. But I do not.
Freak, I didn't know that. Listen, Fire and Ice. Let's just be honest, right? It happens. Yeah, no, she's having a baby. I know. I'm so happy for her. And he's only 77. Kidding.
I mean,
Kidding.
I'm so
no,
happy.
well, listen, like the fact that like David at his advanced age, like, you know, and I know he wants to make Annie happy and good for them, but like I could not imagine, expecting a child at like at that age.
I know. That's rough. But
But
God
good
bless.
for them.
I do too, Pisces. I'm probably
He's got
the only
he's
one
got
on
his
here.
hair plugs. He's feeling better about himself, and good for David and
Jess
Annie.
wants
Like,
us to stay on topic. I'm sorry, Jess. It's always me. I'm always the plaintiff. Go ahead, John. Stay on topic.
no, but it's true. Like, you know,
No, we're gonna
I
go back and
can't.
forth.
I
This is
couldn't
just what we
fathom,
do.
and like, you know, I'm no parent. I have 3 cats, so I'm a cat dad. Okay, but I couldn't fathom, like, you know, people, like, you know, I always wanted to have kids. I always wanted to be a dad, and, you know, give my children what I didn't get, and that day will never come. But like, even if I'm 45 now, and the thought of having a newborn now at 45, like, what, like, when, like, you know, I'm 63, they're graduating high school, like, oh, you know, and that's being 45.
No, not happening here.
So, but good for, you know, Annie. Annie always wanted to be pregnant and have a family, and David promised that to her, and now they're getting it. So good for them. I mean, I you know, God bless them. That's all.
I love them so much. I just don't even care how old he is. God bless. Really, honestly, that's what you when you're marrying someone that young. She's in what is she, 35? When you're marrying someone that age, you know you got to give at least one kid to the game. So it is what it is. He's got grandchildren. Don't forget. He's
Look at Robert De Niro, who's, you know, and he's got more money than Christ.
Please,
Like, you
let's
know,
not
so
speak of him right now.
I know I can't stand Rob. You know, I as an actor, he's amazing, but
I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna say why I said that. I don't want people to think I'm a bit, they do not like me. I always loved him my whole life. I love a lot of people. I watched movies. I watched all his movies. I don't like when actors and actresses that I adore turn to 100% political. I
1,000,000% stand by what she just said, because I can't stand it
I
either.
don't care if you're and John knows me. I could care less if you're independent, Democrat, Republican. I don't care. I just feel like I've enjoyed you my whole life. I don't like, you're gonna get so political, and there's just a place for that. Leave it to the politicians, because they're crazy, nasty people all around. It just takes those actors that I've adored my whole life, and it ruins it.
Yeah, like
Again,
Alec Baldwin, Alyssa Milano, like
I don't care what side they're on. You know what I'm saying? Right, Ruth Ann, right, Rita? Like, every one of them that gets so political that they get nasty about what they feel and what they say. Just, you have a talent, a God-given talent that most of us don't have. You've made millions of dollars with it. Like, you make people laugh. I see them as the characters they play. I know they're people also, but they get so intertwined in the craziness, and it's a turnoff for me.
for me too. And look at that,
It's a
Niecy
freaking
Pineapple
turnoff.
said.
That's my girl right there. But come on, I'm telling the truth. Listen, people are gonna hate me for saying that.
No, I stand by what you just said, like 1,000,000%. Like, you know, I can't stand, like, you know, I was the biggest Amy Schumer fan there was, and like, you know, and then she went into and like, I don't want to hear it. Like, I want you to make me laugh. I don't need you to make me feel bad about who I back or this, that, the other. Like, I don't need that.
Yeah, there's so much shit in this world. All I have to do is turn on the news. I already feel bad. I feel bad when I go food shopping. I feel bad when I get gas. I feel bad when I see children being, killed with fentanyl. Do I need to feel bad watching a freaking movie because I think the guy's an asshole? I don't want to feel bad about that. That's all.
And you shouldn't. And I agree.
Rant over.
Completely. I back up everything you just said.
Scene.
And cut.
Addie's Dolores. Call her Dolores for the rest of this life.
I'm proud of that.
So all right. So, okay. So Lauren pulled that move. They didn't like it. Lauren was like, well, ask me the questions. No one could ask them questions because, you know, and they're like, well, this is why people don't believe your story, because, like, you know, it's all good and, you know, there's no bad. And like, that really pissed me off, because I've always said this, like, Lauren and Alex were probably the most stable couple that's ever been on 90 Day Fiancé. And, you know, people watch this show to see a train wreck, like, i.e. Angela, and they don't want to see like couples like Lauren and Alex getting like little tips, like married couples do. Like, you know, most of us are married, right? Like, you know, we're all of a certain age, we're all married. Like, if we have kids or not, it's different, but like most of us are married or were married, you know, and nobody wants to see Lauren and Alex getting along together. They want to see people fight, like Michael and Angela. Like, no one's and I was happy that they brought Lauren and Alex back. I'm like, finally, like, you know, one couple that's normal.
It's just, listen, it's just like YouTube.
Hey, Brooks Nose.
Hi, Brooks Nose.
Hey, Brooks. Good to see you.
It's just like YouTube, okay? And I'm not saying that for the people in this chat, because you have your devoted people that come here no matter what we're talking about, and God knows I love them. I even tell you that all the time. But same with YouTube. When we do a show, you know, I won't go on the lives about talking about people. I won't do it. But when we come up here and we're talking about a show, which is what I love to talk about, there's not as many people interested. It's just the facts. You can't fill a room because they're looking for the spice, the drama, the nasty.
Well, we're going to turn that around.
And I'm not going to give it to them. So that's where that's at.
My favorite. Yeah, sorry.
No, Addi, talk.
No, my favorite part was when Lauren was going around hugging, and she's all like, "That's a half hug." Oh,
it's like fake hug.
Oh, Addi, you're so on point with that. I love that. That's so fake.
But that's okay.
It's like when you go to the South and they say, "Oh, bless your heart." That means you're an asshole.
Yeah.
You know that?
That's
when
why
you
I
go
love her.
down
She
south and you talk,
truth.
and they say, "Oh, okay, bless your heart." That means, "Oh, okay, you don't know a god darn thing about what you're talking about."
All right. So then, you know, back to the tell-all. What? Go ahead. What?
I just said hi to Barbara.
Brooklyn, look how many people love you here.
Yeah, but I love them. That's why I'm here. I just did 11 hours, right? I just worked 11 hours. I wouldn't miss it because Addi's up here, and I love being here with Addi. Dolores is here. I love being here with Dolores. And I
hate the situation I'm walking here, Teresa, though. Like, you know, Addi is clearly Dolores. Like, you know, that's who Addi is.
Oh, wait. Hi, Nicole S. What do you? Lauren had a point. Yes, you're right. Lauren had a freaking point. They didn't say a word.
And Lauren was like, well, ask me questions. She sat down, and like no one had anything to ask her. So she's like, okay, we're leaving again. Fake hug. And like, I love Lauren and Alex. And like, you know, I really do hope that they keep them on this show, just to show the world that there's one couple that goddamn made it from this show, because everything on this show now is doom and gloom. No couple stays together.
Oh, thank you, Lori Tuttle. I haven't seen you in here. Thank you for that.
You know, so
Nicole, I agree with you, Nicole S. If someone ain't talking to me, I ain't talking to them. It works both ways. You have nothing to say, I'll give you 5 minutes. Ask me anything you want. You have nothing to say, we're done. Simple as that.
All she wanted to say is, "You think you better than us?" In my favorite accent ever.
Thank you, my Wicked.
Oh, thank you for the first super chat, Wicked.
Wicked knows I have a big head, and I love my super chats that have my name on it. Listen, sweetheart. I am who I am. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not modest.
All right. So then moving on. Moving on. We're a half hour in and we've got nowhere. But I love it. So so then, like, you know, which I thought was, you know, there was a scene where like they're all standing like in the Big Brother 90 Day Fiancé kitchen, like, and you know, Angela's saying to them that she's gonna take away Michael's visa, and Jasmine, like, she heard God. Like, what are you talking about? Take away visa? Like, that broke Jasmine's spirit.
She said, "I'm gonna take away my visa." That's what pissed off Jasmine.
Because Jasmine's worrying now, like, oh, what, I came here because I'm a scammer, which she did, because isn't Jasmine with somebody else now?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, she is. And I'll get back on my blogging game. Like, a lot's going on, and I promise y'all, I will get back to like
All
being on
right.
top
Well,
of
you
this
know
shit.
what? I'm going to talk again because now you mentioned Jasmine. I got to have my opinion again. So let me just say, I'm sorry, but at first I said, this girl don't want this guy. He's like older and he can't even speak and he won't take his hat off and blah, blah, blah. But then I don't know if you watched the first part of the tell-all. I don't think so, but Gino's family came up, okay? Both his cousins, the husband and the cousin and his wife came up. And maybe she's here for the wrong reasons, but I really believe that for some weird, strange reason, she really loved Gino. And I
Yeah.
have to tell you, listen to me. I have to tell you that Gino wasn't treating her so hot. And I have to say that even his cousin and the wife said he won't do anything. If he drives her to the gym, it's like what he did for her. You guys saw it. Come on. Anybody have my back on this? I know you're going to say that she's here for the wrong reasons, but what's up with him? He didn't sleep with her for a year. I mean, I don't care how much she yells at you. You're still a man. She's still got a body. You know what I mean?
I have
Thank
my
But
you,
own
why
MW.
would
opinions on
you?
him.
Okay, let's get into this. Now that you brought
Thank
it up.
you, Nicole. She agrees with me again. I love it. I love
And
it.
MW says Addie Dolores. That's your new name. Now
Addie
Addie's name is
Loris.
Dolores.
Addie Loris.
Once
Is that
That's
what
right,
once I give
positive Paula. Exactly, she would. She had some kind of strange. I don't think she started out really wanting Gino. She started out wanting to better her life, but somewhere down the line, I don't know if you want to call it love, but she got a strange affliction for him, and she
no,
really cared about him.
no,
And I'm
no,
telling
no,
you,
no, no, no,
he's
no,
got a
no,
lot of
no.
issues, John. He's got a lot of issues.
Of course he does. He found her on a hooker site.
I'm telling
That's
you.
how they found each other, just like all the other girls. Of
Listen,
course,
I
Gino
know a
has
lot of
issues.
men. I know a lot of straight men in my world. And I don't care if she screams. I don't care if she hits him in the closet and puts him in timeout. The fact that he hasn't slept with her in a year and she's been begging him for it, something's not right there, bro.
Okay, let me
Something
jump
ain't
in here.
kosher. I smell some poo poo.
Let me jump in. By the way,
That's
now
right, Jay Freak.
once I
That's
give
right.
a nickname, it's sick. So now Addie, you're now Dolores. So that's what's up.
No, it's Addie
Um,
Loris.
but to speak on what you're speaking, Brooklyn,
Thank you, pineapple.
I could not imagine wanting to be intimate with somebody who talks badly about me every day, who says the worst things about me every day. Why in the hell would I want to be intimate with anybody like that, like who just wants to make you feel like shit every day? And that's what and again, I can't stand Gino. Like I can't stand both of them, but I can understand Gino not wanting to be intimate with Jasmine when all Jasmine does every day is say, you don't pee on me enough. You don't like it's all. And look at Jasmine. I as a man could not want to kiss, touch, rub, insert anything
Bro.
into Jasmine.
Bro.
When
Listen to your
sorry.
girl. Listen to your girl. He
I
ain't
agree with
right.
John.
He ain't right. Okay.
Isn't
I'm
right. No,
telling
Gino
you,
is a
Okay,
is
so
a
there's
horn
something
dog
there's
like
something that's going
Gino.
on with that family. And
Yes,
I'll just
a horn dog like Gino, who's on these Playboy sugar mama sites,
okay,
would
but
put his
that's the
peepee,
thing, Brooklyn.
would put
I
his
don't think
peepee in a
no,
wall in a hole
listen
in
to
a
me.
wall, John.
I don't think he's a horn dog. I think he pays for their company and
yes.
not the sex.
I
I
think
think
he
Gino is
does
a
better.
very lonely man who's really fucked up. Oh, But
Okay.
I don't think he pays these women for the sex. I think he just like a true escort service. He pays them for the company.
You know,
And I don't think the sex is the thing with Gino. I don't think that at all. I think he just wants to be around women and that treat him nicely. I don't know what happened to Gino when he was younger.
Something happened.
But
happened.
something happened. But from the bottom of my heart and sincerely, I think Gino pays these sugar mamas, sugar babies, whatever, for their legit company with sans sex and like that. That's how I see it.
Listen to me. I'm gonna give you this one because you're starting to change my mind a little bit. It doesn't happen often, okay? But he's not right mentally. Neither is she. They're both screwed up people.
On that point, I would like to, before we go any further, I've said this before. I've looked in, if you go back and look at the seasons where they're in and you see his family, he has what I perceive, because I live it, to have people who are on the spectrum. And I believe he is as well. I don't know if he thinks he is, knows he is, or whatever. Just look at his refrigerator. It's a lot like mine.
No, go in more detail. I want to know why you said that. I want to know why you said, look at his refrigerator. I want you to explain that to me, Dolores.
Because, okay, so people on the spectrum like the same thing. And they like, especially like things in boxes that are frozen more so than normal food. Oh, yeah. So I have a refrigerator full of stuff that we eat the same thing. 3 of us in this house eat the same thing, and we have it. We're very.
You're not back on the Statler TV chicken Swanson frozen chicken meal dinners, are you? The Hungry Man's.
And I believe that I also believe that Statler is neurodivergent as well. Just because you said it, ADHD is neurodivergent, and it's the same thing. Anyway, I see aspects of it in his grandfather. They do have a relative that's been in the videos in the background. She's nonverbal, from what I can tell, autistic, I do believe. They've not said it, but I see it. You know what I mean? So when I say, that's why I don't like to say somebody's mental or whatever, because seeing what I see makes me wonder. So this
is why I like these panels, Addi, because that's the kind of stuff I like to learn from you. And I see what Melanie, nice to see you in here. I never saw your name before. Melanie Rain, you're saying that he's hiding something down low. I understand what you mean. And you guys have really good points. I just see his cousins saying that since she's been here, you pay no mind to her. You don't talk to her. You take her to one thing and you think what you did.
I think he's more comfortable being like having far distance relationships. Most of my friends are online.
Both of you, like,
I think listen to me for 1 second. I think with all that being said, I still believe that Gino, even though he comes off like he's soft-spoken, I believe in my heart Gino is a very controlling man. And I think that he needs to control his house and his situation. And maybe that goes back to him having the issues you just said. But he needs some kind of control over her. And I have to say, I saw it going back to, I wish John would have seen that episode with the cousins, because they're very disappointed in him. And that showed me something.
But they know how he is. Sorry.
Okay, John. No, Addi, go ahead, please.
Don't say sorry. Just tell over us, Addi.
Go ahead, Addi.
Dolores would never speak over you until she's mad. No. But I've seen, going through watching them from the beginning and listening to their family, there are several in their family that talk to him and take him aside and try to help him relationship, because personally I don't think he has the ability to relationship. I think that he prefers relationships on a computer. That's why he's got a big bag of blue pills.
Okay.
So that I see it, I recognize it. He's more comfortable with online stuff, all that stuff. But now he's got to do this. He brought somebody here, and now he's got to deal with this person, and he knew how she was when he was there, when he visited her. He knew.
Right, Addi, you said it, another situation of knowing exactly what you're buying, knowing exactly what you're purchasing, and still going through with the purchase.
Yep.
And yes, yeah, okay, so
we'll let John.
You guys forget like
a little bit though, okay? John, you have 2 seconds.
Your mother. So I
Oh god.
Like, let's not forget like 2 years ago, and if one of my mods can find the live I did with Gino's, like, we did like 3 lives like with the women that Gino bought and paid for. Like we did, like they came to us. We did that, and like, but sex was never a thing. Gino just wanted the companionship. I'm telling you, Gino doesn't want sex. He's not this horn dog. He just wants to have a pretty girl on his shoulder, and that's it. Wow. I'm telling you, that's why this whole sex thing, John, is like,
I think that all right, your 2 minutes is up. I think that you need to repost that if you can, because now that the show just finished, I think there's a lot of people, including myself, that would like to watch that whole. I think there's people in this chat right now that don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, I was friends with Brooke was on. I think Heidi and Brooke were on that live with me. Like, that's how old that is. Okay.
Yeah, but you really should resurface it, because there's a lot of people who are trying, including myself, who are watching the show, who are trying to figure Jasmine and Gino out, especially Gino. Okay. And you actually did a live with 3 women.
Thank you, Crystal. One person does.
No, I agree with you.
But this guy, I'm telling you, Gino does not care about the sex. He wants a companionship. He wants a pretty girl. He wants to go out to dinner with somebody. He wants to go to Applebee's and split like a 2 for $20. Like, that's what Gino wants.
Right.
And
I really wish you could. I'm going to watch that. I want to know where it is. And I think there's a lot of people out there that would be very interested in watching what you did years ago again, because, again, I never saw it. And you actually spoke to these women that he asked for.
But Gino was very, he didn't mind giving money out to like these ladies. And like at first we all thought like, they're hookers and Gino's just paying money to like sleep with these ladies. But the sex wasn't there. It was just like a good old fashioned escort service where like, you come out, we go to dinner together, like you pretend like you're my girlfriend, and then that's it. And then Gino takes it to like the next level where like, well, maybe we could do more like this, like Mikey. Oh my God, Mikey, the small man with the glasses, and Jimena. Remember that? Like, Jimena was also on a similar thing where Mikey was like, no, I'll take care of you. Now, Mikey wanted the full experience. He wanted the coitus, all that. And Jimena, had a hysterectomy, or she couldn't give any more kids. So that ended that. But like, some people do this, Gino. And again, these are 2 cast members that got on the show with women that were on escort sites. So again, when people ask John, why did you lose faith in this show? Well, there's people on the show getting women off escort sites, and now they're presented as they love each other. So that's one of the fucking reasons. Hey, Amber. But well, I didn't think we'd get this deep into Gino, to be honest with you.
Well, I have questions that you have to have answers, my friend.
And what you're saying about that, John, I do actually agree with what you're saying. I believe he's more comfortable with just being around someone. If you look at him during all the episodes, his kissing ability, his being affectionate is just not there. And
there's nothing wrong with that. His family seems to like be like very judgmental of him, right? Like, and maybe Gino was like, oh, look at me now, I got this one. I'm like, maybe Gino's divorce screwed him up. I mean, I don't know about this man.
Right.
All I know is I don't like either him or her. But I feel like Gino was paying lots of money for women just to go out with them and have dinner with them, and like not the sex. And I that's sadder for me. Like in like, when I think about stuff, that's worse.
Amy, Amy, why a lot of names I haven't seen. Hi, Amy. You know what? I think so too. I think there's some. You're right. He couldn't finish even in the beginning before she was yelling and screaming at him. There's something. I think also if we go back to the beginning of the show, remember when she used to question everywhere he was and who are you talking? Maybe you're
Yeah.
right. Maybe he liked that from a distance.
And like, listen, I might get flattered by that. Like, there was an IG story where Gino, and I posted it, where Gino's at Wendy's, and like the Wendy's lady is like asking, like, "Do you want tomatoes?" And Jasmine's like, "What? You talking about tomatoes?" I mean, I'm not exaggerating here. That was a whole thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I gotta tell you, Addi, I don't change my minds easy. I still feel how I feel, but you really open my eyes up to seeing that he probably has exactly what you said.
And it's not a big deal. It is what it is. I mean, if you live it, you know it. And if it is, it is. And it could explain a lot of how he is, like what John is saying. Everything John's saying fits along those lines. So
Right.
people get mad at me when I try to diagnose, but if you see it, you see it.
Right. You can't look away. You spot it.
So if we beat Gino up enough,
I think we're good on that one, right, guys?
Poor Gino. I just wish he would shave the back of his head, though. Even though you can't really see it with the hat on, I just know it's there. That patch is driving me crazy.
He's got a thing with the hat, like you said. He's got a lot of idiosyncrasies. Like there's a lot going on there with him.
I think that it's part sensory. If you watch his body language, watch his feet under the table, watch all the things. The hat. I'm a hoodie girl. I put a hoodie if I'm home. I have my hoodie on. I'm covered up. I'm bundled up because I like the it's a sensory thing. With him, yes. So I kind of see it. So anywho, and Jasmine just drives me crazy. Not a fan.
Yeah,
I did like how she was with Ed though. That was hilarious. The scene from the last one.
Oh my God, Ed! I can't stand. I wish I could have 15 minutes in a room with Ed. I just want 15 minutes to rip him a new one. Just him.
The thing with Ed is that, like, Ed gives good advice, and
he don't take it. It's all bullshit.
Yes.
Like,
I agree, Linda. He needs to go. He's horrible. He treats women like crap.
I can't. If you followed me for a long time, like, I don't like Ed. Like, there's no, like, but I will give compliments when they're due. And I think that Ed, watching this part 5 as Hello, does give good advice, but it's advice that, like, falls on deaf ears when it
imagine being a man.
Comes to him. But, like, listen, look. It's very hard to listen to people give you advice, and when it's you and your relationship, like, nobody wants to hear it, and you're gonna do what you want to do. Lord knows I've done it. So Ed just gross. Never mind. Forget everything I just said. I don't know.
No, I agree with what you're saying, because
he can give it, but he can dish it, but he doesn't do it himself. When he said, "You're a 50-something-year-old man. Your daughter doesn't talk to you, and you're in a kitchen telling somebody's mother that they did a shit job raising their daughter." Can you imagine? And her boyfriend's cute now, right? He's cute.
Yeah.
The thing is with 90 Day is that, like, people on the show, like Ed, who's been on the show for 4 years now, Angela 7, you get in your head that you're on this show. It's the biggest show on TLC. It's the biggest show on Sunday nights, and, like, people love you, but it's not gonna last forever, and especially with TLC and 90 Day. Like, Housewives come and go, but they stay on for like 15, 17 years. The good ones do. And
Housewives are already rich. They're already rich.
That too.
Okay. Not only are they already rich, but quite a few of them, you already kind of knew who they were before they come on. Some of them. But these people, they think that they're celebrities and they're broke and their
Exactly.
lives are shit.
And Ed should have been kissing the ground that Liz walked
That's
walked
right.
on every second of every goddamn day.
Yep.
Like, but he didn't
Yep.
because Ed felt he was on TV and he could do better. And we've seen that people throw their girls throw their panties at Colt, Michael,
And look
whoever
what
else.
happened to
So
Colt.
like
Where's
Ed
he
saying, like,
now?
you know,
Where's Colt now?
I'll get some pussy later on. But you know, that's how, you know, that's Ed's mind frame. Like, you know, he'll get it. You know, there'll be another girl
Oh, he's gonna get it, all right. He's gonna
because
get
he's
it.
on
Get
TV.
something else.
He's on TV, so people will fling their pennies at him. And you know, it's true. People do. Like, look at the cast members on this show that are just
Well,
like,
they
if
better
you
come
saw
back
them
to
walking
earth
on the
a little
street,
bit.
you would put pennies in their cup.
Exactly, Fire and Ice. They better come back to earth a little bit, these 90-day people, because they're broke and now they're gonna be broken alone. Okay? There is nothing that's gonna come after this show. It's not like endorsements and all the things the housewives have. Nothing's coming after 90 day. That's it. And even when you're doing the tell all, you already got paid, you know, which doesn't get them very far. Nothing's coming after that. That's it.
Ed should have been kissing Liz's feet every second of every day. Like, you know, Liz was half his age, pretty, beautiful, was a partner in her restaurant, you know,
Right. He should have never
like,
got a girl like that to begin with. Let's be honest,
no, but
right?
you know why? TV. Then there you go. And
He
there it
should have never.
is.
And she freaking really loved him again. Again, a situation where crying all the time over him. He broke up with her 40 times. What is Ed, about 4'2", 4'6"? I mean, come on. In real life, who would want to be with Ed?
That's
Come on, guys. You know you're thinking it. All
and
four
that's why we
six
have this channel, you know, because
ridiculous.
honestly, like, anybody okay, let's do a poll. Addi, can you do a poll?
Yeah.
Let's do a poll.
Okay,
Would you date Ed?
okay.
That's as simple as that.
I'm
And
gonna put
how, like,
to the mother jumping no.
how cavalier he is and
If
chauvinistic
Ed was the
and
last man on earth, I'd need to be a lesbian.
I
That's it. It's done. I'm switching sides, and that's it.
mean, it's like the hubris that Ed has, like, you know. But again, Ed's been on the show for 4 years. Like, he
And
has merch, like, you know,
healthy
hanging
enough.
out with Pauly Shore, and like, you know, Ed feels like he's Brad Pitt in his head, and like, you know,
what
maybe
else?
good for him. I don't know.
Did you miss the fight between him and Lauren?
Yeah, I guess I must have.
Okay, so Lauren sits down to get her makeup done. Ed's already sitting down, and she says, "Oh, I heard you call me scum of the earth or whatever he called her." And then he's talking to Lauren like she's a piece of crap. He don't give it. He does not care if it's a man, a woman, a child. He can throw down and talk like a beast to anybody. He's disgusting. And then her husband walked in. All of a sudden, he changed his tune. That's right, Jay Rich. I'm with you, honey. I die alone.
Yeah, I think that one thing I saw that Liz liked in him, and she said it in this episode, is she likes that humorous. Yes, not when he's saying crap because he's irritated at her and he laughs. I just dissed you, but when he's really funny, and but that doesn't solve everything.
Exactly.
There's still all the rest of the stuff around. I don't care about his height. I mean, well, I have to have a tall.
Addi,
I have to have
Addi.
I have to have a 6 foot man. or I probably
Well, then you care about the height.
boss him around.
Like, listen.
No, but Pineapple, sometimes he talks to other men. Sometimes he tells like, remember when he was telling Andre, you're this, you're that? I'm like, dude, he's going to squash you. Like, he don't care. Hi, Seraphim. He don't care who he talks to like that.
Nope.
Right? Me too,
But she's
MW.
Big
That's
Ed,
100%.
though. Brooklyn, that's Big Ed. Like,
Yeah, he's
he's
big, all right.
infallible.
He's big, all right. He's big in the panja. That's why he's Big Ed.
Look at him.
Big Ed, right? Yeah, Big Ed, all right. Not even tall enough to ring my doorbell.
Okay.
Absolutely, Linda. I agree.
John, you know what else you missed? You missed when they were at the house. They were at the house and they said, all right, the girls are talking and they're like, listen, is it all right to Liz if we ask you these questions? Jasmine's like, I got to know how you did it because his stomach is huge. He's so short. She said, only one position.
I actually saw that part.
And all of a sudden, I was eating something. I was like, "Oh
Were
my
you on
God."
top?
Oh
Here it
my
said
God.
missionary, missionary,
Jesus.
missionary, missionary,
I can't.
missionary. Like, I mean, like, Lord, like, but like, I can't give Liz like a full like pass because come on, man. Like, there was someone that worked with Liz at her bar in San Diego before they even got on, but while they were filming, give me information.
Really?
And oh yeah.
Do tell.
And Ed would go in there every night, like trying to get to her, and then every camera's there, and like. I mean, when I say it was the lead blogger, I had employees of restaurants like sending me stuff, like and yeah, like let's be on TV, and like being on TV will promote your brand and get you where you want to be. I guess I don't know, maybe I haven't been there. Me being on YouTube certainly hasn't helped me. But
I don't know what she had to promote. Okay.
But yeah, it's like Liz knew what he was about, and then she kept going back to him. Why? Because the show's airing, and we'll put you on happily if you're back with Ed, and then we'll bring you to the couples resort down in Key West. Like, who would say no to that? I would, like with Molly and Lewis.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. What did you? I'm sorry, everybody in the audience. What did you just hear John Yates say? Who would say no to that? Not Michael from Nigeria. He wouldn't say no to that. Thank you, John, for proving my point, John. Thank you.
And you just proved my point back. Like I don't know how you were playing that in your head, but you just made me the winner on that one. So I don't know what you thought.
I don't think so. You were like, you kept saying, why did he come here? Why did he come here? Why? Hell, why not? Why not? That's what I'm saying.
Boom, roasted. Boom, roasted on me. Okay.
Bam.
Okay. So, where are we? Wow, 307 in the chat. Thank you for watching. Looks like we're not dried up and boring after all. So
Potato. I see you, Potato. I see you, Miss Catherine. Jay Rich. I see all these new names, and I love you all. 3% Potato. What? Bianca Ray. What's up, girl? Liz said, I know Bianca. One position. When I think about it in my head, I want to throw up. I can't.
Okay. So we haven't got to Michelangelo yet, which is like the crazy part. Now we're in, and we're still.
Let's do it because I'm all hyped up.
All the other stories
hyped up.
Gino, blah blah blah, Jasmine, blah blah.
Hi, Barbara.
So did you hear that Emily did give in and let Kobe name, because we know what they had. It's at the end of it. Everybody knows. Can we just
Hi, Brenda.
I felt
Brenda's
bad
new
for
here.
her. Why in the world would you want your child named after somebody who doesn't like you? And why didn't he see that and understand that? just because she was being, you know, emotional, hormonal, or whatever.
And I say, who cares?
I don't know if you ever,
I'm sorry,
as a parent who's didn't agree with a spouse and their choice of names. My husband and I went back and forth a lot. we finally settled, and it ended up being all the names we liked. We didn't compromise or anything like that. We worked it out. But I'm sorry, I would have a major issue with a child being named after somebody that didn't like me, because I would always be looking at that child, and every time I said the name, it would be in my head.
I get that. Oh, I just want to say one thing really quick. I just want to say.
Oh, you want to say one thing really quick? Go ahead. Say
all right,
it.
whatever. I'm a liar. I want to say hi to Jay Rich, because you're usually a lurker, but tonight you're talking, which I love. Brenda Abelar, if I hope I said that right. She's new here. What up? Stephanie Gelling Wallen. I'm going to mess that up, Stephanie. She said, good topic tonight, which is why she's here. So I am happy to see all you women in the house tonight.
Yes. Thank you.
But that's not only what I wanted to say. I lied. What I really wanted to say.
Wait, there's more. Hold on. There's more.
What I really wanted to say was, I want to tell you guys a little story on what Addi just said, right? So, I'm like about 9 months pregnant with my daughter, right? 100 years ago. And my husband, we're trying to think of girl names. Now, we're Italian, right? So right out the gate, your parents get offended if you're not naming them after them. So right out the gate, right away, they assume the minute you find out the gender, it's going to be their name. Well, I wasn't doing that, right? So my husband and I go to a funeral, unfortunately, and he sees a girl there. Now, let me go back a week before. I'm like, what should we name her? It's a girl. I don't know. He's like, what about the name Gina Marie? I said, Gina Marie? You like that name? He goes, yeah, I've always liked that name. Okay, I'll think about it. Sounds Italian enough. Okay. About a week later, we go to a funeral. Somebody passed away he went to high school with. I'm 8,271 pounds. 9 months pregnant. Haven't seen my vagina in 4.5 months. Literally could braid the hair leg I had, the hair on my legs, because I couldn't get to it. And this girl comes up, 92 pounds, soaking wet, gorgeous long brown hair. And my husband goes, hey, how you doing? Doesn't say this is my fat wife next to me, 9 months pregnant. Doesn't introduce me. All of a sudden, he looks like a kid in a fucking candy store. Okay? He goes, I go, excuse me, hi, I'm his wife. He goes, oh, I'm sorry, hon. That's Gina Marie. We went to high school together. Oh. I said, you mother jumper. You mother jumper. When we got in the car, he was lucky he was almost decapitated. I said, how dare you? He goes, no, it wasn't her. I just like the name. I said, Mike, you need to shut up for 3 days and not speak to me. And maybe I will still allow this child to have your last name. But I don't know yet. Could you and that is 100% on God what happened. Could you people imagine? No. I almost was divorced with a child. Okay? Almost. I know.
When I was like in the uterus, my father wanted to name me Gino, and oh God, thank God that didn't happen. Yes. And then I was gonna be a Gino. That was gonna be my name until Pope John Paul I passed away, and then I got named John.
Got the holy name John.
I got named John, and then my mother loved St. John the Baptist. So, but then like John was too boring for my mom. So my first full name is John Michael, and the only people that call me John Michael, but John Michael is my first name. And the only people that call me John Michael are like what's left of my family and people I went to Catholic school with, because that was it. And then when I got older, I dropped the Michael because I thought having 2 first names was super pretentious. So I didn't want to be John Michael. I just wanted to be John. But I get that. Like I was supposed to be Gino, and and then I guess thank God the Pope died. That
Amazing.
I don't know what to
Amazing
say.
how
Like,
things work out.
Sorry. Lightning
Amazing
strike.
how things work out.
we're very Catholic. And like I named my cat Pauline. You don't know Pauline, but that was me and my ex. And Saint John, Pope John Paul died again. The second he died, and then when he died, I got my kitty Pauline, and I'm like, "What are you gonna name?" I'm like, Pauline, after the Pope, because that's what we do in our family. We name people after the popes. So
Not my husband, not my family. My husband wants to name it after ex-hot girlfriends when your wife is 9 months pregnant, 377 pounds and 72 ounces.
hold on, Cody needs me. Speak about the Pope or cats.
Anyway.
I don't know.
Well, I have to say, okay, Miss Catherine, you're right. That's not all I said, but we're on YouTube right now, and I cannot repeat everything I said. But how would you feel? I want to know how you ladies would feel. You know, any of you that have children, what it feels like when you are 9 months pregnant. And you guys know I'm right. It sounds funny, but you cannot see your vagina. I hadn't seen my vagina in months. I wanted to shave it because I thought I was having a C-section. It's very embarrassing going there with a hairy hoo-ha. And I couldn't even do it. Okay. Couldn't see my feet. I was wearing my husband's Adidas sandals, size 12 men's, because my feet were so goddamn big. They were like boats. And this little twit comes in, all perfect with her mani-pedi, long hair. And he's like, "Oh, yeah, that's Gina Marie. I went to high school with her. You mother jumper." And no, I never let him forget it till this day. And no, my daughter's name is not Gina Marie. It would never be Gina Marie. But could you imagine? I was like, this son of a bitch. Names are a funny thing.
Okay, I'm waiting for John to come back and then I'll end the poll and we can give the little what the poll says.
It shouldn't even be a poll. It should be no across the board. Are you kidding? A poll. Well, thank you, Barbara. But that's a very true story. It went down exactly like that. There was a lot more curse words, but then John won't get monetized, and I can't say them all right now.
I'm going to go ahead and end it. So when John gets back, he shall see. 97%.
Well, I want to know.
votes.
I want to know who that 3% is right now. Admit it now before I come find you. Could you imagine thinking little Ed is hot?
It wasn't.
You know what he reminds me of? And this is not because he's short. Don't attack me. But you know what's that movie? The best movie ever. I watched it a million times when I was a kid. Lollipop Gang. What the frig? What Wizard of Oz? Oh. He reminds me of like the little Lollipop Gang. Welcome to. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yes, whatchamadoodles. The
oh my God,
we represent the Lollipop Guild. The Lollipop Guild.
What? The little men with the big heads, and they have the shoes, the elf shoes. That's what Big Ed reminds me of. What are they called, guys?
The Lollipop Guild.
Drive me nuts.
They're called not Oompa Loompa.
Is it the Munchkin?
Jesus Christ, it's the Munchkin from the Wizard of Oz and the Lollipop Guild.
And now I'm going to get in so much trouble on YouTube because I called somebody short a Munchkin. I don't mean it like that. I just mean it reminds me of the character.
On your channel?
No, on your channel.
Oh.
Right, MW?
So, John, I ended the poll at 136 votes, and it was 97% said no.
Wait a minute. I think I know who said yes. Brooklyn Baby. Brooklyn Baby said yes to Big Ed. What's going on with you? Are you drunk?
Listen, she'll be on the show. She's doing the right thing. Like, there you go. That'll be Ed's newest conquest on the show. That'll be Ed's newest conquest on the show. So there you go. And you're welcome, Big Ed.
I see another new name, Veruca's, and I love that name. Veruca's Golden Goose. Very cute.
Okay, so
Jules people are with us.
Welcome the Hive. Okay,
Yes.
so
Welcome the
now I guess since we're live right now. Sorry.
big egg.
We've been live for an hour,
Yeah.
and
We're having a good time. What about it?
let's get into the nuts and bolts. So Michael said something.
That's it. Now he's gonna get me heated.
Well, this is now here's the
That's
big
it.
part of the show
Gonna
because everyone's
apologize
waiting for
all
me to
of you
talk
ahead
about
of
Michael
time.
and Angela. So here we are. Um, the Hive is here, and I welcome and thank you for being here. Um,
I'm gonna contain myself. Speak.
okay, so Michael said something that was very telling, I thought, while they were all there in part 5 of the tell all. That was, he said, Michael said, from the bottom of my heart, I don't want to go back to Nigeria. Why?
Why the hell
Why?
not? Why the hell not?
Explain, Brooklyn. And
What?
wait for it, because I'm going to be on your ass on this. So go ahead.
All right. You want to fight me, Yates? You come now.
Well, here we go.
Duke
know
it out.
exactly where I'm at, Yates.
Let's do it.
Listen, I'm going to say this very easily and very patiently, and I'm not going to get excited till you make me. Here's the deal. He is definitely here for the wrong reasons.
Oh, that's how you start your fucking defense, like
Yates, take it down a notch, Yates. Take it down a notch. He is here and I said this before, but you have to listen to me when I speak. See what the problem is, guys? He's not listening. He is not here for I never once ever said to you ever that Michael loves Angela. I never said it, and I won't. I don't believe it. I don't believe he ever did. But with that being said, they both gained a lot from this relationship. He gained a ticket into America, which he bought into for 7 years. 7 years he bought into that ticket. And she gained fame. She bought a house. She was on Maury years ago.
okay, you
We
keep
all
saying
know it.
she bought a house. That house is like, where she lives.
She didn't have it before.
You're making it seem like she bought a house, like a mansion.
All right, scratch the house. Let's not go.
I mean, like,
forget the
come
house.
on, like, don't say she bought like she's living in a mansion, which she's not. She lives in a 3-bedroom house in a
Forget the
place
house.
where,
I'm
like,
saying forget the house. I'm saying forget that. Listen, I have nothing against Angela. You asked my opinion as a viewer. I'm giving
and
you
I
my
want you
opinion.
to give it.
My opinion as a viewer is they both had something to gain. Do I think she loved him? Yes. I think the only genuine love was from her. But do I think she was out of control aggressive? Yes. Do I think she had her reasons? Probably. Could she have handled herself differently? All of America thinks she's an abuser. And I have to tell you, I don't believe that. But I do think that she was out of control for very much of this show. And I think that he put in his time to get the golden ticket. And I think that she knew exactly what she was bringing here. Last year, 2 years ago, he was cheating with a girl. Right before that, she found stuff on his phone. Right before that, he lied to her about a blowjob. She knew every step of the way he was a liar and probably a con artist. And she still brought his ass to this country. And no matter what you say that he did to her, it was her choice to bring him here. And she did with all that knowledge.
Let me tell you
Now,
something.
if I was
Angela got
Michael,
that
I would have
house.
came
Wait,
too.
hold on. Let me Angela got that house while her mother was still alive, and she taking care of her mother who was sick and dying. Okay.
Yep.
So she got that house before.
That's right, Brenda.
While Angela, and again, I'm not here to be Angela's Olivia Pope. Okay. I'm not. And I have a lot of nasty things to say about Angela. Like, I don't like a lot of things about Angela.
Be real,
I don't,
Joe.
but
Be real.
I am being real, and you've heard me say untoward things about Angela, but nobody wants to hear that because
Angela got Botox a million times. She got free weight loss surgery. She got to be
gotten it too. Oh my God, with the Botox. Dr. Jen gives Botox to anybody that'll give her more followers.
John,
No,
she
and
said
you know Dr. Jen, Brooklyn. You know Dr. Jen. And Dr. Jen will give Botox or whatever to anybody who wants
but you're missing the point. They're saying that in the chat. She got free.
I'm not yelling at anybody.
Thank
I'm
you,
just saying.
Cody, baby.
I am just
because you're yelling, and don't be yelling.
I am just saying.
Thank you, my baby. You defend me, boy. You tell your husband. You
I'm
tell
just saying.
You don't let him yell at me, Cody. You check his ass.
I am just saying that Dr. Jen gives Botox to anybody who's on TV and who will promote her business.
So how about the free?
I knew Dr. Jen long, when you saw Jen on the show and then Angela fighting Jen in the hotel room, I was hanging out at sleeping at Dr. Jen's house with Ashley.
I was
5 years ago. I
know her very well myself, but my point is, you don't want me to say the house, even though she did buy the house after the show.
But I'm saying, okay,
fine. Let me bring up the fact that she got.
Can I speak for a second on my own channel, please?
Let her fucking talk.
Can I speak for a second on my own channel?
I'll allow it.
Let me speak something. You say Angela got a house out of it, which, when you say house, like I know that house. I've been in that house. That house is like a $60,000 house in like the middle of nowhere, Georgia. Now in Long Island or Jersey, where we live, that house will probably be worth like 500 grand, 600 grand. But where they are, it's 50, 60,000 because, where you live. Okay. So saying that Angela got a house out of it is an unfair statement because, she got the house the second season she was on the show while she was still working as hospice and being a nurse and doing whatever she was doing. So saying Angela got the house as a result of the show is wrong.
Okay. King of Chaos. I agree. Miss Catherine, she brought him here. He has every right to stay now. King of Chaos. Angela's been psychotic for years. Absolutely. She knew his tendencies. She knew everything he did. I agree with you, honey. Here's the thing. Leave the house out of it. She got a lot of paychecks. She got to continue being a celebrity. She gets a lot.
And Michael didn't?
John, that's exactly what we're saying. If you listen to me for the 90th time, they both benefited big time from this show. I want to ask you a question, John. Forget Angela and Michael. Before Cody, I met you. I tell you, John, I got this great guy for you. Okay. You meet him. You're dating him 6 months. You find out he cheated on you. You go back. You find out he's trying to scam people. You go back. You find out he gave another guy a blowjob again. You go back. You find out he's doing shady shit on the side. You go back. Then you tell me you're marrying him. I don't feel bad for your ass. I don't feel bad for you one bit. You had all these opportunities when he was screwing you, and now you're going to marry him? That's exactly what Angela did. Can you see my point of view now? And
Absolutely.
You and I both know once someone brings someone here, that's it. You had the choice. And how many times did she go to that lawyer and that lawyer tell her, Angela, once you do it, you can't undo it.
I told Angela a million times you're a fool for bringing him over here. Well, before he got here, I have said steadfastly that like she was an idiot. And there was one time Cody was sitting next to me. We were at Angela's table. It was me, Skyla, Scotty, me, Cody, and Angela at the table, and Michael was on a FaceTime. And like you know, we were all talking about everything, and they looked at me and they said, Johnny, because Angela calls me Johnny, what do you think of this? And I said, you don't want to hear what I had to say about this. And she goes, no, tell me. And I go, I think you're both fucking fools.
And she still did it. Everybody and her mother,
But
including
so did
Mary-
Michael. You can't, you know,
That's
please don't make me
what I'm
defend
saying.
Angela like
Again,
this.
again.
Everybody wants me. You know what's
Again,
annoying?
it's not Angela's
Can I
fault.
speak?
It's both of them.
Can I speak?
Yeah.
You know what's really annoying is that everybody's going to assume that I will defend Angela to the hilt. No matter, you know, whatever Angela says, I will find no fault in that. And I find a million faults with Angela and the things with Michael. But I'm telling you, from what I've seen in real time, not what you see on the show, at her house, that things are different. And that's the point I'm trying to convey, is that, like, you know, you watch this on the show and the tell-all and whatever. I am there in real time watching this happen without the camera crews there and seeing what's going on. And, you know, I have a million reasons to not like Angela myself.
You know what you just said about Big Ed before? You said, you know, with Liz, you said, why did Liz go? Because they called her back and they said it's another season. That makes me think of why Angela went. Because they called her to be filmed again and she knew Michael was shit, but she wanted to film another season. Read MTT's thing. She said, this is MTT. You summed up my thoughts in one line. Her goal was to be on TV. His goal was becoming American. And that's, but the only thing I will say, I believe you.
Right. Let me jump off
But
that
I
statement
believe
then.
she loved him.
So Michael, who was in Nigeria 52 weeks a year for like the last 7 years, because that's how long him and Angela have been dating, right? He's been there. So for, I don't know, 1 week, maybe 2 weeks a year, TLC comes over there, shoots them, and Angela treats him like shit. And then Angela treats him like shit the next year, and 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 the next year. So, but Michael's fine with it. Why? Because Michael always had an agenda, and it was to come here. That's why he said, from the bottom of my heart, I don't want to go back to Nigeria.
But don't
He
you
always want, but like, you're
shit?
not listening to me. He always wanted to come here. So, like, you know, people
said that
feeling
1,000
bad for him and the abuse that he got
Yeah,
on this
bad for
TV
him.
show is
What?
bullshit.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about? Are you even listening to anything I'm saying?
Are you listening to me?
Yeah, because I don't think you're hearing me, because I never once in my life felt bad for Michael. I keep saying it's
No,
bullshit.
honey, I love you. I know that.
I don't feel
I
bad for
know
him.
that.
He's richer than me right now.
He is. But, like,
Fuck
you
yeah,
know,
he is.
people feeling bad for Michael, you know, he
not
dealt
me.
with it. You know, people say, look what we saw on the show year after year after year after year. It got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. But he still came here.
That's right, because he was doing his time.
So Michael's goal the whole goddamn
You
time
got it.
was to come here.
I 100% believe that.
And you're not, and, like, you know, and
I
yes,
100% believe it. He was,
but
and MTT is 100% where I'm at. They both had a goal. Only thing I think is she had love. I believe Angela loved him. I don't know why, but I
you love him. Like, you know,
maybe in the beginning she did.
no, she did. I'm telling you, she
Yeah,
did. Like, you know,
I believe you. I believe you. I think she loved him. I don't feel bad for him at all. At all. I think that he took abuse because he had one goal in mind, and that was to get his ass here. That's it. Done.
he took the abuse. The abuse that you saw on 90 Day, like when they were filming it, like, and when they were gone, he was in Nigeria living his best life, and Angela sending him money. You know, Angela was sending him a lot of money every month. You know, he wanted to flip cars and do that, and she was saying, and that didn't work out. And, like,
I have a question. Would you do that?
no,
Neither would I. So let me, now I want
But
to
I
ask
would
you
never.
something.
But also, I would never date somebody in a different fucking country like
Right,
that.
but
I would never do
now I want
that.
to ask you something, because I want to ask you a question. So we've just established, I agreed with you. We both know why Michael put up with it. You and I both know the real reason Michael put up with it. What was the reason Angela put up with it? What'd she have to gain?
All fry. Hey, listen, look. They were both getting something out of it being on the show.
That's it. That's all I said.
And
You just
I've said that before.
That's
But
all I
my
meant.
thing is that, like, listen, Angela was such like a character on the show. They could have put her on Single Life. Or, Angela, if Angela wanted to date somebody else, they could have put her on Before or The Other Way or whatever. There's 8 million spin-offs of this show. So if Angela was done with Michael, don't you think that would have been an easy thing for Angela to do? Hear me out. If Angela wasn't so in love with Michael, she could have broken this off maybe 3-4 years ago, gone on the Single Life, and taken it that route. She didn't need Michael to be on the show. That's my point. And you know it.
I don't know, John.
She didn't need Michael.
I don't know the way the network works. I don't know.
Well,
I
no,
gotta be
come
honest with
on.
you.
Oh, give that to me.
Yeah, it's
She
yours
could have
because
been on the Single Life if she wanted.
was she asked? Because her story
She
was
wasn't
heavy.
asked because she was still with Michael. But if Angela was, if she really didn't love Michael, then she could have ended it, and Angela would have been on the Single Life or on Pillow Talk or whatever. TLC would never drop Angela because she is a character, man.
Well,
She is a character. They would
it's
never have dropped her from the
it's like
show.
MTT is saying, we don't know if the show wanted her on Single Life. Her story with Michael is so deep and heavy, and who knows what they wanted? Who knows? Maybe she'll do it. Let's see. Let's see now that Michael's out of the picture if they bring Angela back without him. Let's see. Let's see. I really want to know what Dolores thinks. Dolores.
That's you, Addi.
I know.
Dolores.
Whoops, I made it. Oh, good. I'm blurry. That means I have to leave real quick.
Dolores.
Oh.
Yeah.
I am not. Let me hold on. I'll be right back.
Oh man.
Hold on. I'll be right back.
Question. Where were Ed and Liz on 90 Day? Aren't they both American? I never understood why they were on this series. That would be a John Yates question.
Yeah,
Did I lose everybody?
No, I'm back.
Come on, Dolores. I need to know where you're at here, girl.
I keep moving. I keep rocking forward, and it messes up my camera. But for me, you guys are just between the two of you guys are saying the same thing, and I don't know.
Right?
I think I do. I think that you guys are saying the same, but I understand where John is coming from.
Yeah.
In the way he is trying to say it, being as close as he is, because he knows a lot more than any of us do who just watch the show.
Yes.
And we only see the parts that the show wants us to see. Just like when you watch somebody on their stream, you only see this small amount of time that they give you. You don't know the rest of their stuff. So who knows, the difference in demeanor by both of them outside of that. And
I really wonder though, Addi, if there was no show, right? If there was no 90 Day Fiancé and there was no paychecks and there was no celebrity, I want to know if she would have stayed with him after the first time she found out he cheated, or the second time she found out he cheated, or the third time she found out he was a scammer. Like, I'm just curious, like, would she have left him in Nigeria then if there was no show and nothing else at stake?
I don't think she would have. I think she would have brought him over anyway.
You think?
Yeah. I mean, look at when she's talking to Skyla. Skyla is even like, Mama. I told you, but
He
Angela's
was
like, but I
asking
love him.
Skylar for eggs 3 years ago.
Yeah. So I think she would have.
Right.
That's just me.
That's like I like, I am like not this Angela ambassador. I know everybody wants me to think that, I am. I like, and there are a lot of things about Angela I can't stand, and that's why we fight. Me and Angela, like, all the goddamn time we fight. Me and her.
Right. And he's
Um,
not lying, guys. He's being
I'm
really
not.
honest.
I promise you, I am
He's
not
being
lying.
really honest. He's still John Yates, no matter who he's
And
talking
if
to.
you watch my after show with Scotty, like, I think I did the live 2 weeks ago or whatever, about when I said I need to weigh in, and then like I did the after show and Scotty was up on it, and you could hear Scotty, Angela's daughter, saying like, me and Angela fight all the time. We do. Because and she's not even following me anymore. Like, it's like to that level. But I still have to, say something when I think it's warranted. And
You got to say what you believe in.
I don't understand. Like, Michael was being abused by Angela, and we all watch. I seen it. I watch Angela treat him like shit on TV.
I gotta tell
we
you,
all
somebody
have.
talk to me like that. Somebody comes at me up the stairs like that. That ain't my mother or my father.
But
America
Michael was
wouldn't be
okay
enough for
with it,
me.
and Michael kept doing it time after time after time after time.
America wouldn't be a big enough
Again.
prize for me, people. Just telling you.
Why? Because his agenda was always to be here. And then when I heard him say from the bottom of my heart, I don't want to leave Nigeria, I want to be here. Isn't that enough for everybody to see like that Michael is playing the long game the whole goddamn time?
Well, most people believe
what
it.
more do you need to hear? So Michael put up with Angela's abuse year after year after year after year. We all watched it on TV. But he still came here. He came here and then he left, 2 weeks later? Like, there's what? Like, what?
Most
he should
people
have
believe
stayed.
it. Most people know and believe it. You know what, Sly? I get you. I was given that little slack saying my parents, you know what I'm saying? But if, my age now, nobody's going to come in my face like that. My husband would never come at me like that. And believe me, as you all know, I'm a talker and I don't shut up. And I can get him really frustrated, believe it or not. And he would never come at me like that. It is really sad to see a grown woman at her age running up those stairs chasing somebody like she's gonna beat them down. But again, he allowed it because he needed to stay. That's it.
Right.
I don't know,
So
Mariposa. John knows better than that on that one.
what? Wait, what? Huh, wait, one. Sorry, I
That's
don't know what
right,
I'm pulling up.
MC.
Okay, nope. Let's see this one. Nope, that's the wrong one.
Princess Mariposa.
There it is. So here's Michael in front of Mercedes Benz. And he's wearing a Mercedes Benz hat. This is right after, with all the GoFundMe money. And I think it's like a little suspect that, this GoFundMe started right when this Hell All was filming, but not filming, but airing. Which is weird to me. And it's weird to me like that the original GoFundMe was for like 25,000. What's the kitty up to now? 50? And people, it's greedy. I don't know. Yeah, it's him, and so, and again, if you want to give Michael money to Michael because he's been so abused, but how has Michael been abused? He's been in his home country. Can someone all right, let's just get to the fucking bottom of this, really. Okay. Michael has been abused by Angela for 7 years. We've all watched it. I watched it, right? But he's been living in Nigeria, and production comes a week a year to film them. 1 week. So for 1 week a year, Michael has to be abused by Angela, and with boom mics and production and producers all in their faces, and then they all go home, and Michael's fine, and he's living
But
his best life in
I
Nigeria.
agree. Like, I do agree. We can't go and like assume he bought a car because he stood in front of it. You know what I'm saying? But it is
And
weird to say you need money and then go stand in front of a freaking Mercedes. Like, how much are you hurting, bro?
but he also has a Mercedes hat on.
Oh, I
Did you
know
see
that.
the hat?
Yeah. I'm just trying to say we can't assume he bought it, but we can also, you know what I got from that picture?
But we
You're
know that he
asking
was
for
in a
money.
tire store. No, but Brooklyn, from Sarah Fraser, we know that Michael was also in a car store buying tires for a car. What car? I don't know.
But if you buy a Mercedes, you don't need to go to a store and buy tires for it, bro. It comes with tires for that price. You know what I'm saying? You
When
don't
I
have
need
to go to a
tires, I go to Mavis. Like I don't go to like the Tire Kingdom. Like I go to the cheapest place I can find
Listen, that's
tires.
what I'm saying. Like, how about this, John? How about this? You're online with a GoFundMe asking for money. I don't care what it's for. You're asking for money, right? Don't take a picture in front of a Mercedes. It's distasteful. Done.
It is.
I don't think he bought a Mercedes, but don't take a picture with a hat in front of it. People are giving you, they're working their ass off in this economy. Do you know I went to go buy a pepper the other day? You know, it was $3 for one pepper. I said, guess who ain't eating peppers? My kids. Okay. And you ain't gonna put a pepper for $3 and then I give you my hard-earned money because I think you need it or it's tough times, and you're gonna go take a picture with a Mercedes. I don't think so. Mm-mm.
So loaded. I mean, like this is like. Okay, so let me pull this up here. This is from Sarcasm. Sarcasm is a great blogger. Sarcasm and me have been around the longest, and Sarcasm wrote an article. Let me share the screen with that about this. Let me see here. Share. Okay. Let me put this on full screen. Hold on. Nope, wrong button. Lord, where's my mouse? There it is. Okay. Boom. Okay, there we are. Sarcasm. So Michael cites cruel treatment by Angela, asks for spousal support. Hey, Brooklyn, do you think that Michael needs spousal support?
You know what? I'm going to tell you what I think about that. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to tell you. And thank you, King of Chaos, that you got what I'm saying, right? But I'm going to tell you what I think about that. I'm not even going to talk about Angela. It's somebody I even know. I have a neighbor who's doing a 90-day fiance thing right now. Okay, older Italian guy getting this girl from the Dominican Republic. His sons are 35. The girl's 30. All right. She don't want him. He's overweight, gray hair, missing a freaking tooth, but she thinks he's the next Donald Trump. So whatever. I told him be on the show. He don't want to be on the show. His whole family's mad at him. Okay. I said to him when I saw him, he was taking my garbage pills, and I said, listen to me. I watch this show all the time. I said, listen to me. If you bring her here and she leaves you, you're financially responsible for 10 years. I said, you have 2 sons. You have a beautiful home. That house should go to your kids, not some chica that came here to try and take your money, right? He don't care. He says, oh, no, I went to a lawyer. I'm going to have it made that the house is for my kids. It doesn't matter. She's still. So if Michael came here and they're married, okay, doesn't she got to pay for him anyway? Why should he need financial support? Do you know what I'm saying? Why should he need extra financial support if she's responsible for him now anyway? I'm confused all around the table.
Well, you know what? Let me read this complaint, and maybe you'll be unconfused. And God, like, I hate this because, like, everyone's going to assume I am going to take Angela's back no
They're
matter
really
what.
not. They're really not. The chat's really not thinking that. We're really having a great discussion, looking at this from 2 ways. Maybe the other night, People thought you were supporting her, which you always have done, and you should as your friend. But people are seeing the both ways that we're spinning it right now, which is great, I think.
No, it is, and that's why I'm like I told you tonight. I'm like I need you
Yeah.
up here. I
Yeah, for
need some.
sure.
I said I need someone with a dissenting view against Angela. So I no, I love this live. It's a great live. I'm just saying, like, I don't want people thinking like, I'm going to die on the sword for Angela, because I'm not, because I've had my own issues with her. But at the end of the day, I have to talk about what I think is right, and Michael's a fucking phony, and that's what's up.
Right.
So let me read this. This is from Sarcasm. Please follow Sarcasm. They're on IG, they're on Twitter, and me and Sarcasm have been buddies. We were the only two people talking about 90 Day Fiancé before it was cool. So Sarcasm knows a wealth. Me and Sarcasm have not agreed on points, but where it's, every blogger who talks about this show has their own opinion. And that's how this works. I was talking about Sarah Fraser, and I didn't care for her either. When she was talking positively about Tanya, who I can't stand, but every blogger has their own opinion. We're not journalists. We're not, we didn't get degrees in journalism. We're just people who talk about shows, and we have opinions, and they're biased. But I don't want people thinking that no matter what people present me, I'm going to be pro Angela, because that's not the truth. It's just like,
They got it. They know.
Okay, so let me read this. Let me hear. All right, so Michael cites cruel treatment by Angela, asks for a spousal support and annulment answer.
Thank you, Adri Vaughn. Nice to see you here. Go ahead, John.
Respondent additionally brings counterclaim for divorce and other relief, blah, 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 and divine. Specifically, the petitioner, which is Angela, has committed both physical and mental abuse against the respondent, Michael, during the course of the party's marriage. This abuse has occurred both privately and publicly. Some of this abuse was documented while parties were present in filming reality television shows. This abuse is largely what led to the party separating in February 2024, when the respondent fled the marital residence. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, that's too much for me right there. That's too much.
So Michael was getting physical and mental abuse from Angela, what, the 1 week that Sharp was there filming? And what was happening to you, Michael, the other 51 weeks of the year?
But see, Sherry, I love that you're saying that, Sherry in Paradise, because you're seeing it, right? You're over there. You live in the DR right now. You said, right, and you're seeing it every day, and you're saying it's very common. That's sad to me, Sherry, and I'm sure it's sad to you too. Now, Sly is saying that there's loopholes, but now they change it where you're responsible for them indefinitely. That's insane. That's insane. Princess Mariposa says, I don't usually chat here, but this whole thing with Angela makes me. Well, thank you for chatting, Princess. We appreciate all your voices tonight. Adri Vaughn, I've never seen you. Thanks for coming in. I like that you're all part of this conversation. You're all teaching me a different, perspective. And then I'm trying to just explain how I see it, because I have people in my real life going through this, like I just said. And it's awful. King of Chaos, real talk. Angela should have reconsidered her stance. I know. I'm with you. I am with you on that. I really am. That's where I stopped feeling bad. I don't think Michael was ever in danger of his life. He said it straight out. When they were in Nigeria, he was sleeping with her, right? They got here, he didn't touch her because he was on American soil. He no longer had to climb that mountain, if you know what I mean. Why? Why did he do that? Because he didn't love her. Let's be real. That's why I don't feel for him at all. And I feel for the situation. You understand?
Okay, let's keep reading. Okay, so that's that. And then, okay, so boom, 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 boom. Michael has filed an answer to Angela Deem's annulment. And another thing, like, this GoFundMe that's at what, 50 grand, probably over it by this point. For Michael's legal battles, well, that was just like he got an attorney to counter Angela's annulment. Like, but you don't need 50 grand to do that, but whatever. So Michael asked for divorce. Angela Deem filed for annulment on June 20th. She claimed that Michael would fraudulently induce petitioner into marriage for the purpose of gaining legal permanent residence status in the United States, which I think is accurate.
Yeah.
I think everybody can agree that Michael only came here
Hands down.
to be an American.
We're all with you, bro. And Plant Lover, I love you. I adore you. But that comment is funny. She thought he would what changes? The value of $1 changes. Not much when it comes to human beings. You know that, babe.
But no one, we've all watched the show. We watched Michael be abused by Angela for 7 years now. So why the fuck did he come here?
Charlie,
He wanted to be here.
Charlie P, another new name. Agree. Of course he knew from the beginning. He wanted to find an old divorced woman. Absolutely, Charlie. I agree. MW, I did not pay for Michael's attorney. That's right, Barbara. You know it, honey. But Barbara Casta, I've never seen your name. Welcome. I'm happy to see you too. She can't send him back, Barbara. She can't. She knew that when she brought him here.
We're all watching this show, right? So we've seen Angela be mean to Michael for 7 years. So why did he come here? Because he was playing the long game, man. But so, why are people upset? Michael dealt with it. We watch it on TV. So he dealt with it for years and years and years. For him to come here, so he could come here and leave the first chance he got, which he did.
That's it.
And then you want to say, here's money for a Mercedes, Michael. Here's what? I'm sorry. This is
now, I gotta tell you something, John. I gotta ask you something. First of all, I want to know where Dolores is. Number one.
Hold on.
MW,
where
he said
is
that
Dolores
before.
Catania?
There's Dolores. There she is.
I need my girl. That's number one. Number two, I never actually got the full story of that day. Now, apparently he said it on a podcast or he said it on a video. I forgot where. But when he left that house, is it true he said he ran 5 miles to a phone?
Well, I'm going to get there.
Barbara, I'm telling you, Barbara Casta, he can't because she signed
Okay, let me say this. Okay, fine. This whole thing about Michael. Okay, so Michael said that.
Thank you for saying that. She said, Brooklyn, you're very good with chat. Oh, thank you, Jen and Barrett.
Michael said that the day he left, and I was there the next day, when he went missing, which he was missing.
Yeah, walk us through that.
Me and Cody were in the car, and we drove there in 12 hours to get there to figure out. And you watched the live, right? Yeah. So a lot of people were saying that Angela made it up, that Michael was never missing. But so to all the people who said that Angela made up, we didn't know where he was. Angela didn't know where he was. So when he's saying, well, he left and when Angela was running errands and this, that, and the other, nobody knew where he was. He was missing.
All the people in the chat, they also watched the video I'm talking about with him a couple weeks ago, and he said he ran 5 hours, John.
I don't believe that.
Episode. It's at the end of this episode.
Thank you.
I listen. I've been to Angela's house enough times, and
now
the first time
me one time, you FaceTimed me when you were there one time. I don't know if you remember when you were riding up, and to me it looked like the country. It looks like dirt roads, nothing around you.
Can you just make sure that you say when I FaceTimed you, it wasn't at Angela's house, because I don't want people saying that. I just
told you. I never spoke to you at Angela's house. Remember when you were in the car driving over there?
Yeah, but yeah, like, so let me give you like the layout of like where Angela lives in Georgia.
Yeah, I never spoke to
You,
you when you were at her house, though.
you get off I-95 and like in Savannah. And then from Savannah, you take 2 hours of back roads. There's no easy way to get to Angela's house. You take 2 hours of back roads from Savannah. You get on like I-16, and then from I-16, from I-95 to I-16, you get off I-16, and it's 2 hours of back roads where there's nothing but trees and nothingness. And I mean, like the first time I was at Angela's house,
Okay,
like
by
I
the way,
was
that's
like,
what I saw. I saw like just trees and roads when you were in the car. And that's, I didn't see any. I said, okay, that's rural.
and like I said to Cody, I'm like, I need to like butch myself up, because I was uncomfortable being, because I know I could be animated and like and flaily at times and whatever. So I was like, I need to butch. I was worried about myself being a gay guy and like people worrying about being Angela's neck of the woods, right?
Yeah.
Where Angela lives, it's very white and southern and Dukes of Hazzard and Deliverance
Right.
and whatever.
That's what I pictured.
That's how it is. I mean, like that's where, so Michael saying like, he was on foot for all these hours, like he would have stuck out like a sore thumb. And like, him saying like he walked 5 hours, no way in hell. No
It
way in
reminds me,
hell.
I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500
There's because I've driven it and I know that there's nothing in any direction.
Right.
So
So let me ask, IB me. He said, John, I had asked you that 5 times. IB me, what did you ask him? I'm very aware of the chat. I like to know what everybody's saying here. Just let me know what you asked him.
I think she was talking about John, because MW said up here, let me find it. I think she's answering that. MW said this.
Hi, Gabriella.
Think that
Working my booty off.
I didn't admit any of that. What I'm saying is that, like, we watched on TV, like, we're watching Angela being mean to Michael. Like, I know, like, I was never in the house when Michael was there.
No, yeah, I knew that. Was everybody saying, where's Brooklyn Girl bit? I'm here. I just been working a lot.
But there, like, Michael, and there was a neighbor when Michael first left, I guess, that tried to, like, Michael was like, give me a ride. And they're like, no. But
yeah, I think
I do not believe for 1 second that Michael took this 5-hour trek. Like, when we see how connected he was to these Paradise Men people, he's living in the Paradise Men house. He's not paying any rent. Like, Michael's got more. Like, what are you not seeing? Michael's got more gold around his neck than Mr. Fucking T.
Oh, potato.
Like,
I agree.
I don't understand like what you guys aren't seeing. There is no way in hell Michael walked 5 hours and like, I was at the end of my rope
but don't say they're not seeing it. They are seeing it. They're all saying the same thing. They're all saying there's no way he did that. That's a lie.
If you've ever been to Angela's house or around it, you will know that there's nothing anywhere. It's the most secluded place to get to. I feel like I was in Narnia when I was there. I'm like, okay.
John,
they've showed drone footage.
IB me said, because I thought John said they saw tire tracks.
No, he left on foot.
Okay, that answers that.
And when I got there, like, nobody knew where Michael was, and everybody was saying, this is a plan, a plot, whatever. But and Angela was very rightly worried to be like, where's my husband? Like, she thought someone kidnapped him or whatever. Like, so when I was there, it was for like the right reasons. Like, and the only reason why I went down there was because Angela told me, I need you here. You found Paul in the middle of the Brazilian jungle, and I need you to find Michael.
Now, I
And
agree with Potato. I agree. Potato said, in my opinion, yes, of course he had an exit plan. And I also very much agree with you, Charlotte P. Michael was doing things on purpose to trigger. Of course, from the minute he landed, he didn't want to be touched by her. He didn't want anything to do with her. He knew what he was going to do. But I believe in my heart that he had to get through the tell-all first, because he knew he had to see her at the tell-all. So he
because
couldn't,
he needed people on his side.
and he couldn't leave her. You can't just escape from her, say that she's physically harming you, and then go film a tell-all with her.
Why would you go to her house? Why would you leave Nigeria? Why would you leave your home?
Oh my gosh, John,
Why?
We just
If
went through the whole
Angela
thing.
is doing all these bad things to you over and over and over and over again.
All right, but
And
John, that's going, now we're
Sharp and
regurgitating.
TLC's filming it. Don't you think that Sharp and TLC, if they really thought that Angela was truly abusing Michael, don't you think they would have put the kibosh on that? Because then that leads Sharp and TLC up to legal litigation.
But when you say something to your chat, like just now, like you just said, but why would he leave his home? We just regurgitated that. You know why he left his home, because
he's
he
a
wanted
scammer.
to come to America. But we know that. We all know that already. And there's not one person in this chat that doesn't believe that. Not one person. Now the question is,
Look
can
at
he
Brenda
stay?
here. Nigeria's hell. So Nigeria's hell, right? So why wouldn't Michael deal with Angela's bullshit just to get here?
Of course. So now the question is he allowed legally to stay? And does she have to now provide for him? That's the question.
I can't answer that.
Because that's what we watch this show, right? All of us, we get together. My parents watch it. My neighbors watch it. I have to say, it's very popular. And there's no end game. Like, we see the couples that make it, and great for them, because there is true love, and there was true love on this show. But the ones that don't make it, we don't have the answer to that. Like, do you have to support them? If they go get an apartment and they miss 3 months rent, do they call the person that brought them here?
Look at Danielle. She's Danielle Jabali, still on the hook for Muhammad.
This is what we're trying to figure out.
Look at Molly.
Muhammad works.
Look, Molly is still on the hook for Luis.
Muhammad works. He lives in his truck. I'm curious.
No, I'm not. I am not dogging Muhammad. Muhammad actually is one of like a few cast members that came here and wanted to come here and to work and really live the American dream. That's Muhammad. And let me say something.
Princess Mariposa.
Hold on. I got big because Danielle Jabali came on my Periscope lives and then it came on my IG lives. I owe everything to Danielle Jabali.
True.
I do. Because if it wasn't for her, I'd still be like a nobody. But I will say this about Muhammad. Muhammad came here and got his trucker license and is working his ass off to be like a contributing member to the American society. And I have nothing, I used to say a lot of bad about
Muhammad. Never had a GoFundMe, ever. He never had a GoFundMe page.
No, not Muhammad, no. And, I'll tell Danielle to join this chat right now, and she would. And Danielle came saying, she can't even say anything bad about Muhammad because, Muhammad came here and really got a job, and he works, and that man works around the clock, year round, trying to make a better life for himself. And I have no issues with Muhammad. But where do you see that with other cast members that come here?
Well, hold on, because Princess Mariposa says, Well, okay, I'm going to answer that in my opinion, okay? Why did so many people support Danielle but not Angela? It's exactly the same thing. I'm going to tell you, in my opinion, why and what I think the difference is, okay? I think the difference is the way Angela acts. You didn't really, other than the flipping of the notebook when she went to see Muhammad in Miami, other than that, you didn't see Danielle be aggressive and chasing him and flipping the phone out of his hand and flipping
Yeah,
the
but
table
Brooklyn,
and putting
hold
the
on.
cake in
Let
his
me jump
face.
in real quick. You can't compare Danielle and Angela because
I'm
they're
not. That was the question in the chat, John. I'm not comparing. The question in the chat was, why did so many people support Danielle but not Angela? It's the exact same thing. So I'm
I'll
saying
tell you why. Because I've been there from the beginning. You know,
I want
Muhammad
to give
came
my
off
opinion.
as a nasty MFer. And like, I remember the scenes of like Danielle and Beth in the truck, like searching him out. And, you know, my heart broke for fucking Danielle. Like and we see Danielle on TV like back 10 years ago. And, that she was just looking for love, and that's how she found it. And, we could tell that Muhammad never really cared for her, and
Yeah,
he kind of wanted to come here, but man.
Gabriella, I 100% agree with you, Gabriella. She said, I never once thought Michael was genuine. I think it actually helped him that Angela wasn't nice because it gave him sympathy from viewers. Gabriella, you are 100% in my brain right now. And that's also why it wasn't the same from Danielle, because Angela wasn't nice and Danielle was. And Angela,
Danielle does not have the fortitude like Angela does. Like,
exactly.
if Danielle
Danielle and my
was
personality are very
able to
similar.
be Angela, she would have been, but Danielle wouldn't even know how to start. It's not in Danielle's chemistry. Like Angela and Danielle's very passive and Angela's very aggressive, right?
Right.
So
That was my
you
opinion.
can't
I
compare,
said, yep. That's exactly how I felt. That's exactly how I felt. MW says, ask John what other tea he has before I have to go to bed.
I have to finish this article. Hold on. Okay, so divorce. Okay, so after respondent abandoned the petitioner, the respondent being Michael, petitioner Angela discovered that the respondent was engaged in a conspiracy with other Nigerian men to induce U.S. citizens into marriage for the purpose of gaining legal permanent resident status. And like, that's true. I'm sorry, but it is. It is that statement is 100% true. Michael came here knowing, and again, Michael came here knowing how horrible Angela is. Right? We all watched it, but he still came here. Why?
But yeah, and it's just like Miss Catherine just commented. Mohammed never really pretended to have feelings for Danielle, and Michael pretended to have feelings for. I agree, Miss Catherine. You're exactly right. Michael pretended, but I love her. I love her. She's my baby. I love her. No one ever believed him. Come on. Come on. And when you say to the chat why, what you need to realize is we all are on the same page. We
But
all
why are people sending money to Michael handing
well, no
hand over
one in this. I will
Why?
tell you. That's right, Beverly Steer. Welcome. I haven't seen you. That's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. And Kimberly Fortney, welcome. I haven't seen your name, but I have to tell you, thank you for mentioning that. Thank you. What a guy that PI was. He didn't bring up when he cheated. He brought up nothing because I think it was a plot for the show. Angela was right.
Or
He
blow
had
up by the
2 weeks.
show.
Huh?
Never mind.
I'm just saying that that whole PI thing was such crap. I can't believe the
The
American.
whole PI thing was bullshit.
Yes, we know. We know, John. We know it wasn't true.
If it
And if
were,
that
they
PI
would have
was
had the
such a
stuff
great
you
PI,
had, sir.
if that PI was such a great PI, he would have found out. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. I'll suck at it. Hold on.
He would
You
have
know, if this
contacted
PI
Manuel.
could not, 167 pages, he came like a file, like, 2 phone books thick of all this stuff about Michael, but he couldn't find
Which I
anything.
think were empty pages. Empty pages. Miss Catherine's in my head. They are sending money to Michael simply, okay. All right. It's the same, and I'm not talking about politics. I'm just going to say one sentence. You said they are sending money to Michael because they hate Angela. Now, I'm not going to talk about political parties, but the other day I was talking to a friend, and she brought up politics. I never do. I don't want to talk about it. And she said, I don't like both of the candidates, but I'm voting for this one only because I hate that one. Right? That's what she said to me. I'm going to vote for this one based on the fact I hate that one, not based on the fact that she liked that candidate or she liked that candidate's policies. And it's the same situation here. They're sending Michael money not because they like him or because they even believe him. They're just sending it because they hate Angela. Does that
And
make sense to you
Angela,
guys?
yeah, I know it absolutely does.
Thank you.
Of course,
Thank you.
because I know on YouTube people hate me, right? So they'll send any support they can to anybody who doesn't like me.
You
So
got
yeah,
it.
absolutely,
You
absolutely,
got
you're
it,
right.
my friend. You got it. And that's where my feelings lie. And I'm sorry I had to bring up politics, but that's the best analogy I could think of. And I said to my friend, well, do you like this person's policies? It doesn't matter. I hate the other one. But that's not what your vote should be. And unfortunately, that's what's happening here. But I believe, in Italian, we have a saying. In
Oh boy.
English, translated, it's when you spit in the sky, it'll come back eventually to hit your face, on your face. Right?
Say in Italian.
I'm not saying in Italian because my dialect is horrible. Quando tu spuri
Say
in
it.
cielo ti
Come on,
arriva la
say it.
faccia. That's how you say it. Quando tu spuri in cielo ti arriva la faccia. And that means when you spit in the sky, it comes back in your face. So, and basically it's karma, right? I believe maybe not tomorrow or maybe a month from now, maybe 5 years from now, but it will come out that they will turn on Michael and they will realize what he did, and Angela will have her day. But in my eyes, they're always going to be both to blame for this. And that's just where it's at.
My point is that, like, Angela could have dropped Michael at any point. Like, I know that she really loved him. And again, like, I don't get any credit on the TV show. Like, damn. When Angela was
I
live
was
saying,
looking
like,
for your car.
God damn it. Like, I never did this to be on this show or whatever, but like, God, like, I was there, and when I told Angela about that woman, and the cheater, and he was saying like stuff like, which I've showed on my last 2 lives, which I'm not going to show again because it's, kicking a dead horse at this point. But if you want to see like the text and the audio, look at my last 2 lives if you want to hear them.
Ocean
But
Temple, another new name. Hi, Ocean. That's right. Love does make you stupid, honey. We know that, right?
love does make you stupid.
That's
Nobody
right, honey.
wants it.
That's
Listen,
right.
we could all agree on this. And in the chat, when you're in love with somebody,
Good night,
there's
Potato.
nothing anybody else can tell you that will make you change your mind about them. You have to find it out in your
Correct.
own time.
That's right.
Good night, Potato.
Love makes you stupid. And like, as great as we all are, and like, oh, this one should do that, and this one should do this, you're not going to listen to it because you're in that bubble, right? So, I mean, I told Angela a million times, like, you're a fool, you're an idiot, stop, this isn't going to work. But you know, and I tell my friend Caroline, who's off the internet, I'm like, you know, you're an idiot. Like, you know, don't do this. And then she tells me this about Cody, and, you know, but like when you're in that love bubble, no one's going to, whatever anybody says, the Pope, Jesus Christ, can come down and say, like, my child, Angela, you will not win from this relationship. And Angela would tell Jesus, go fuck yourself. I mean, like, and I probably would
she
too.
would too.
I
She
mean,
would
like,
do it too.
but that's how life works. Like when you're in a relationship,
Right, Linda? I've been there. You've been there. We all been there, honey.
you know, when me and Cody split 5 years ago, I heard it all, and you know, nobody wants to hear it.
Plant lover. I am shocked by this comment. I didn't expect this from you. I was in love with a guy from Acapulco back in 91 to 95. Long distance was hard. No phone, only writing. Look at you, girlfriend. Acapulco. Wow. And back then, there was no internet. How did you even keep that going? That's a story for another day, huh, plant lover? Wow. All right. I like that.
Good night, potato. Last from potato.
Yeah, right. If he takes that money, he'll have a castle over there. Are you kidding? You got that right, honey. And yes, by the way, GoFundMe, I know how it works very well. So I just want to tell you guys, not only will you have to pay taxes on it, but they take a big portion out. So he's not going to get that full amount, but he's still going to get a nice penny. Don't, you know.
Let me go back to this. All right, hold on. We're kind of getting away from
That's
this.
right.
We're kind of getting away from it. Okay, so Michael allegation respondent denies that the petitioner is entitled to an annulment as the parties entered into continue and have a lawful marriage. Respondent denies that there has been fraud on his part at any time during their marriage. Lie. Respondent denies that he's abandoned the petitioner, but rather states that he fled an abusive situation for his own safety. But he was only there for like 3 weeks. But respondent, Michael already knew about how horrible she was, right?
Of course. We all know that.
So what's this about then?
He has to say this
Respondent
stuff.
Michael, he knew how horrible Angela is. We all watched Angela on TV with Michael.
I mean, John, I think I can answer. What's this about? You mean this whole thing about being abused and all that? Well, you know what it's about. He has to stay here. He does not want to go home. And you know from Fernanda, and you know from other situations,
Larissa,
that one of the only ways he can stay here is by claiming abuse by the person that brought him here.
And again, that's why, and thank you for bringing it up, because that's why Larissa
knows that.
And I love Larissa and you know, Fernanda and like, you know, whatever cast member. But like people saying like, you know, Michael, give him all the money in the world. So Michael lived in Nigeria for his whole life. He had to poor Michael, right? Let's feel bad for Michael here. Poor Michael, right, had to sit in Nigeria for 1 week a year, where Sharp and everyone was documenting it, right? Poor guy, being on TV, getting, you know, all this stuff that he would never have gotten. And poor guy, like he was living through it, and you know,
but it's not what the audience.
But then he came here.
That's right, because of course he came here. He would have eaten nails to come here. Because
so the argument
what he worked
that
so hard for 7 years.
Angela's been treating him badly for 7 years, but at the end of the day, he decided to move into Angela's house. So if he knew how horrible Angela was, so we're missing something here. The math ain't mathing, right? So if Michael knew how horrible Angela was, and every time she was in Nigeria, but he still decided to come here. Why? Why did he decide? Why did Michael come here knowing
Bro,
how
I
bad
can't
Angela was?
actually believe you're still asking that question when
It's-
we've answered it 1,000 times.
I'm gonna keep asking until I get one honest
but
honest answer about it.
but I feel
Everybody,
like
say it in the chat because
I
he's a
feel like we've
scammer.
told you 1,000 times and you keep saying the same thing.
Come on, everybody, flood the chat. because
Everybody's
he's a
told you in the
scammer.
chat. I've told you he came here to be in this
So
country.
then, okay, so then Brooklyn,
Yeah, but you keep asking. I mean, don't get mad at me. I'm just saying.
Brooklyn. So, do you support his GoFundMe?
No, I just said
No.
that. No, none of us
Addi.
here do.
Oh,
No.
Dolores, how about you? I know you're Switzerland,
Absolutely
Dolores.
not.
No, I support him getting a job like everybody else in America has to do. That's what I support. That's right, Pineapple. That's right. He was.
So
gonna
why
find
are
a
people
job.
feeling so bad for him?
I can't answer for people I don't know.
Because the other answer that was answered in the chat
Thank you,
several
Addi. We
times
already said why. We already said
is
why.
because they don't like Angela.
You got
They're
it.
doing
I
it
hate the
to
political.
hurt
I hate
Angela.
the
It's
whole
to hurt
comparison.
Angela.
Listen, let me do this in another way. Forget politics. Let's go to YouTube.
Oh,
Let's go to YouTube.
oh
Okay.
God, no.
Sorry, gotta do it. Sorry, guys in the chat. It's coming. Okay. I come on this channel to talk.
Don't
only
name
about
names,
shows.
please. Don't name names on YouTube,
You
please.
think I'm stupid, Mr. Yates.
Okay. I don't want any of that.
I come on this channel once in a blue moon to talk about shows. I will never sit up here and talk about people I don't know. I don't shame people. I don't talk bad about people. I'm not disrespecting people. John knows I never will. He's never asked me to. I'm not making fun of people. I don't like when people get made fun of. I don't want to get made fun of. But because I was on the chat and people don't like him, they didn't like me. I've never done anything to them. If they talk to me, they might even like me. I never said a word about them. I would never say a word about them. If they met me, they might think you're a really great person, but they don't know me and they didn't care to ask me. But just because I was associated with John and they don't like him, I went down for the count. And this is the same situation here. Because
so?
they don't like Angela, they're going to lift him up. If I went on YouTube tomorrow and made my own channel and said, I don't like John Yates, he's not my friend anymore.
Oh, you'd be the golden girl of YouTube if you did
A bunch
that.
of people would probably reach out to me. A bunch of people. So now they all hate Angela. Michael's out there asking for help. They can't stand her, so they're going to help him. Is that a better way that I could describe it?
It's crystal clear. And like, I know what you're, honey, I know what you're saying. And I know I might be like repeating myself, but like, I have to like,
it's hard for you to
the
understand.
point back in. And like, I'm not here. It's like, say Angela is like,
money and give it to
I'm
him.
not.
I think
Angela,
I think what's hard for you to understand is that people would go to work every day and break their asses and send it to someone.
No, honey, I went to work every day and broke my ass. Like,
Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said? I said, I think it's hard for you to wrap your head around the fact that these people are going to work, breaking their asses, making money, and with all the good causes they could give it to in the world, they choose to give it to Michael. That's the problem. It's hard to understand.
And like, we're not, let me make this clear. Like, we're not, this live is not about like, shaming people for giving money to Michael. That's not what,
No.
I had to go fund me. Like, I know what it's like. And I've had people give, that's not the point of this live. I'm just saying, like, for Michael to be like coming here and leaving, like, this was all planned out. We know it. We've heard it. We've seen it. And
I think the point of this live was to really give two good perspectives to this whole show. It's not really just about, at the end of the day, Michael and Angela. It's about this show. It's about bringing people here and the repercussions that follow. It's great to watch this show and be entertained, but these are real lives. They're
But
leaving.
look at Gino and Jasmine again. Like, you know, Jasmine's with some new guy now. Like, she got here. The second she got here, she like played to be friends with Gino. Now she's like off, and now you know Jasmine's claiming abuse. You know, that's how this works now. Like, you know,
People
oh,
are
you
gonna
get
find
me here.
people. That's right.
You know, you
They
get
find
me here,
people.
and like now, like I can claim abuse and like live my life because I've always wanted to be here in America. Shit, Jasmine, I would never have left Panama in that high rise you were living in. Shit, I would have traded places with you in a minute.
I have to tell you, in that situation, now I'm talking situation to situation, and I'm speaking as a viewer. In that situation, I have to say, Jasmine's apartment was beautiful. Panama looks beautiful, and her children were there. And it was hard for me to understand what she was coming here for. I'm not gonna lie, guys. It was hard for me. First of all, as a mother, I can't imagine leaving my children behind, but I know that people have to make that sacrifice every day. My friend came from China 20 years ago, and she had to leave her daughter because she had to make a better life for her. And she left her for 3 years and sent her money until she was able to bring her here. So I'm aware that that's been going on for eons. And I know that you have to do what you have to do. But in Jasmine's situation, leaving for her children for Gino, it like I couldn't understand it. I couldn't. That's a hard one.
And look at Manuel and Ashley, like right, like Manuel, who's trying, like he's like making like $100 a week or something like that, and he's trying to like do his best, like give money to his kids, and and again, I didn't watch their season and whatever, but like he's saying like you didn't put the paperwork out and this and the other. I'm doing everything I can to like help my kids, and he's here while Ashley speaking the most gringo Spanish I've ever goddamn heard. Like, Ashley, ¿Dónde está la biblioteca, Manuel? Like, that Spanish accent, sweetheart, is not working. I don't.
I
Like,
like
every time I
Manuel.
hear
I love
Ashley
Ashley,
speak
but I do
Spanish to like
cringe.
Manuel,
Yeah, I do,
he's
but I
like,
do.
"Donde los zapatos, motherfucker?"
But I have to
Like
say,
I don't get
at least she learned the language, John. She knows
Oh
how to
yeah,
speak proper.
she
John, she
speaks
speaks
it
perfect.
properly, but her
Yes,
accent is
her accent is horrible, but
no
the girl has the
bueno. No,
language.
no, no, no.
Yes, the girl has the language down packed. She
Hmm.
at least she learned it perfectly. And I just want to say one thing, Princess Mariposa, I just read your post, and you are not absolutely nobody. You are someone in our chat, and I really appreciate you writing all these comments tonight. And I do appreciate your opinion, and I know you feel awful for Angela. And I just want to tell you that. But no, I think that her accent is horrible, but her
I mean,
Spanish
it's
is
like, and
excellent.
like, no, like, good. Listen, like, I love language. Like, I could speak Spanish. I don't.
Manuel's not trying to speak
Because
English.
I have the same gringo accent that Ashley does, so I'm not trying to be like, I can speak,
You
like,
make
I
me
don't
giggle
see
when you do
Manuel
though.
trying to. I
like,
don't see Manuel speaking English. She's at least got the language down pat.
But one problem I have is she's upset with Manuel for not learning English, but yet what we see is she mostly speaks to him in Spanish.
Dolores, you are the smartest woman on Housewives.
You gotta practice.
You are always, always, always the voice of Patterson, Dolores. You are so correct.
When I went to college, like, I was a Spanish major, 30 credits in it I have. Like, I had to switch majors to history because I could not get the accent and any of that down. And like, you can't be a Spanish teacher speaking like that. I mean, I can't even roll my R's. So I was like, okay.
Can I say one thing to Pineapple? I have to say this. I'm sorry. I love you, Pineapple. You and I always tend to agree with things, but I'm going to tell you, I also thought that. However, when she turned around in her wedding dress and I saw him hysterical crying, that changed my mind.
Yeah, I see him on TikTok. I agree. I see him on TikTok.
I follow, yeah, me too, Addi. I follow them on social media. He loves her, Pineapple. He really does. He loves her. And let me tell you, they got a lot of sex going on there. They are sexing their brains out.
Yeah, because when they get mad, they're mad a lot.
Listen, do you know how my husband would love that? Oh, I'm mad at you. I don't even want him knowing about their
I
life.
can't do it. I'm Gino. I'm sorry if I'm mad at you.
Como te llamas? I was listening to Ashley, and I'm like, oh my god, like I have a better Spanish accent than she does, But I felt bad for Manuel because, he's like, I'm doing all I can to send money to my kids. I'm only making $100 a week, and I'm saying it, and like I felt bad for the guy, I didn't watch their story. I don't know anything about.
Well, you know what, John, you should. And King of Chaos is right. He misses his kids. He's going through that.
No,
And
I believe
there's a lot.
from what I saw on the tell-all, my heart bled for him. I saw this guy as someone who just wants to make his life better, make his kids' life better.
Yeah.
And that's what I saw, and I felt bad for the guy. And then there's Ashley, I didn't put the papi endies in there yet.
Good night, and Barrett. Thank you for chatting, honey. Hope to see you soon again.
I feel like that right here, the subject, and the reason that she didn't put the paperwork in is because she's struggling with the fact that he is secretive in the relationship and doesn't talk to her about the children.
Then don't fucking marry him.
I know.
Problem solved. That's it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't
wait, Daisy. I'm sorry. Hold on a second.
Hold on a second. No. Shut up, Brooklyn.
Oh, frig
sorry.
you. Frig you.
No. Don't marry the guy if you have things about the kids or his mother. You married him. You took him and he's here. You married him. Don't do it. That's on her. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to tell you shut up. I love you.
No,
Go ahead.
I'm just kidding. Daisy, I didn't time you out. I don't think anybody timed you out.
Daisy,
sweetie.
I don't know. Did the moderator?
Yeah,
this is the first time I've seen you.
Wait, I haven't
are you
seen
in my
you
chat
tonight, honey?
Nope, not in my chat. No one's in my chat.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
No, I don't know. Maybe it was an accident.
Sorry about
that. No, I can't find it. Oh, there it is.
I'm tired of this. Actually, don't marry him. You're on the show, so you're on 90 Day Fiancé. So you had to marry the guy to keep the show going, right? Don't marry him.
Exactly.
I get mad because and this is why I hate this show so much now, is because they're on the show. It's 90 days, and they marry them to keep themselves on the show. Don't marry. Why are you marrying a stranger? You don't know the kids, the mother, the nothing.
I'm going to tell you something, John.
Nothing. Don't marry them.
We're in both places, King.
I'm going to tell you something, John, and I got to tell you, I know that you're not going to agree with me on this. And the last season with the Shekinah, that I couldn't get into that whatsoever. That was awful, just like you said. But something about this season grabbed my attention. I liked Manuel. There was oldies mixed with newbies, but even the newbies were more authentic. And I know you have a feeling about it, but this season was better. There was a lot more reality. I saw love with those two we were just talking about. I saw the dysfunction with Gino and Jasmine. Somehow they mixed a lot of old couples with new couples, and it worked out better. You know what I mean? Having Lauren and Alexi, they were so old. You know what I mean? It worked out well, I think.
And I agree with you, King Chaos. Ashley has I just don't understand why someone would do that. I don't get it. She could probably get anybody. She's pretty, like you said, pretty smart, intelligent, whatever. And I like, from what I've seen of Ashley on the show,
me too.
She's very capable. But why get this Manuel guy? And
I agree, John. I agree with that, because here's the thing. As much as I like Ashley and I like Manuel, and I actually like them a whole lot, and I do follow them, which I don't follow a lot of people, but I'm never on social media. But I have to say one thing. If you're marrying a man from another country and he has children, especially small children, okay? You have to know that when he comes here, he's going to do two things. Number one, he's going to horribly miss his children. Number two, he's going to want to work and send money to them because he came to the country that's better off, but he left his children in a country that's not better off. He left them where he could barely make money. So now as a man, you're missing your kids and you want to provide for them better. So
Cody
you
wants to
got to
speak.
understand that.
Cody,
No.
Cody, come here, baby. He's come here, honey. Come on. You want to talk? Come on.
Where's
Good.
my
babe? I don't feel good.
I know. Come here.
I'm just
Sorry.
feel good. Feel good.
But
No, I disagree. I disagree.
Tell me about it.
You know what you're walking into before you come here.
Yeah.
You know exactly what you're walking into.
That's right. That's right.
So if you don't want to be here, then don't complain on being here. Stay your ass in your own home then. Just like Angela and Michael. Michael's over there sitting there crying and all that shit. But meanwhile, your mother is buried right out there next to your bedroom window. That's where she was buried at. We saw it on
It's
TV.
true.
And but I can leave all this. But meanwhile, you're bitching about every damn thing else. So if you don't like our country, then don't fucking come here.
no, they like the country.
No, they wanna be
Well,
in the
then
country.
you know what? It's not your country. I'm sorry.
They
I'm
want
sorry,
to
but
be here.
no.
That's why they're coming, Cody. They
God.
want to be in this country.
They want to be here, baby.
They want. I know they want to be here, but then they complain when they're being here. That's what I'm saying. Then they complain when they're here. Well,
They like
don't
what
want
they
to
can
move
get from
here.
him.
Don't move here. Then stay your ass home. That's why I don't travel. I don't fly to other states and shit like that. I love New Jersey. That's why my ass stays here in New Jersey.
That's
I
a bumper
don't
sticker
go
right there.
anywhere else because I like being here. Otherwise, stay your ass at home and deal with your own fucking problems in your own hometown and country. Otherwise, shut the fuck up.
Woo! We got it.
You know,
I'm sorry, guys. I don't feel good. I apologize. I'm sorry. I do not feel good. Like people know I'm not
you know,
feeling
with
good, but
Manuel, I feel bad for
I-
him. I really do. I like, you know, and again, I haven't watched their seasons, but from watching it from afar, like the first time tonight, I'm like, I feel bad for the guy. You know, I do, and you know, Ashley not printing out the paperwork and waiting for it, you know, it's
no, that's bullshit because he also said on the thing, he goes, well, I thought you were doing it. Well, if you want to be here so badly, well then why aren't you on top of it?
She said she
Why
got a
aren't you
printer.
making sure that she's not printing it out? Or why aren't you printing it out?
Hi, we got another one I never saw. Pisces Strong. Hey, John, do you have any inside scoop on Nicole Mohammed? I'm dying to know what happened after the incident of DV.
don't.
Mahmoud.
Again, I have not been on top of my blogging game. I you know, there's a lot of stuff going on here, and I haven't. I used to be in front of the news, and now I'm catching up, and I'm
Baby,
sorry.
Brooklyn Baby thinks that what's his name's husband is lazy at AF. Like Cody said, he should do his own papers.
I
They have
think
them in
you know,
Spanish,
I believe that Ashley, that's her name. I believe that she should have followed through with it, and you know, and she said that she didn't, but now they're submitted. But you know, I don't know. I was watching that,
But maybe she didn't because she had doubts also.
No, that's exactly why she
He
did it.
He wasn't letting her in. He was
That's
keeping her
exactly why she did it, because she had doubts.
Exactly.
And he
If
was
she didn't
keeping
have a
her.
doubt, she would have filed it immediately. But she had doubts, so she didn't file it. Just like Angela.
I'm gonna tell you,
Angela had doubts. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's
Go ahead,
very
Dolores.
frustrating when a spouse doesn't tell you stuff that's going on in the family, or that you find stuff out after the fact, after they've gone to somebody else.
Yep.
Because I think that that's part of what her problem is. And if she's, talked about it or whatever, she has started to, or she's talking with him, telling him he's got to let her in. She wants to know about the kids. She wants to know about where the money is going and blah, blah, blah. He is, putting money away and stuff. We did see that whole thing blow up on the episode where they were all drinking on his birthday and a lot of stuff came out. But it is difficult when a spouse keeps you from stuff that's going on in his life, her life, or whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever, male, female, or whatever. So I can understand a little bit of her frustrations on that. So like what Cody said, maybe she's having doubts because if he's not going to let her in and he's keeping these secrets and talking to the ex or whatever, then there are issues that the whole family is red flags all over the place. So she had a little bit of reason. That's more of the story that's been happening over the span of all this season, is that he hasn't been letting her in. So
I agree. I agree, Dolores. I agree.
Listen, we've been live for 2.5 hours.
This was amazing, guys.
This was
great.
awesome. Sorry, I will get quiet on certain subjects, and I have my reasons for it.
Everybody in the chat, but I'm going back to bed. Like I
Feel
just
better. We love you, Cody.
I love you guys, all of you.
Feel better, sweetie.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
I'm gonna propose something. I propose a part 2 to this, but one of us should do a little paperwork digging and find out the logistics and the laws on how long you have to take care of someone after and all that kind of stuff. Okay, fine, never mind.
No, it's a good idea.
This was a great
this was an amazing live. And
Y'all got me out of bed for this shit.
We love you. That's why you can't hear our voices and not be frustrated with us fighting and me killing John.
a lot going on here, and I really do appreciate everyone in the chat, and Brooklyn, my Teresa Judice.
Oh, look what
I love you.
says. This was the first time ever in this chat on this topic, and he loved you. Oh, great, you're gonna come back.
Well, if I'm Margaret, you're Teresa, and then we have Dolores. So that's how that works.
Thank you, Chaos. Chaos came from my chat over and found us all over here. So he's signed up for both of us.
Thank you.
It hasn't been easy here, and it's been this live. This is, despite what you think, I had a great time, and I love the back.
Right now,
I've always done lives, like, I'm not a single panelist where like I go live and I just say my words. Like I need a team of people. I'm never the host. I'm always the co-host, and this is why I like having people on my panel, and I'm happy that Brooklyn was here to give her dissenting view, and because I get reamed about everything. And Brooklyn, thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you for having me.
And please, and you're always gonna have a spot here, and as Addi and Wicked. It just, things haven't been easy here, and I
we needed this tonight.
We did. I did.
This is
I did.
interesting. Look at that. Had no idea. There you go.
Yeah. Didn't know that either. I'm learning things every day.
Thank
A
you,
little pink
Addi.
chaos. Well, there you go.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, let's do it.
But it's really been a blessing and an honor to have to be on this live tonight, and we'll do a part two. It's
Let's
you
do
know
it.
I when I did this live tonight, I thought it'd be an hour at the most, and now
You
we're at.
invited me, and I'm sorry.
But there's a part two. We'll do a part two, and I'm gonna get back on the horn with trying to be in front of the news instead of behind it. It's just so much going on. I can't. But this is a great live, and we had 300 people in the chat the whole time.
Thank you so much, everybody. This was awesome.
Comments, guys. You're making me blush a little bit. Thank you.
And I think, I might actually watch the new season.
Ooh!
Oh my goodness! I just
What?
go back.
Addi, did you hear that?
Oh Lord! Okay, I haven't watched any of it. I actually
turned
DVR'd
out.
it.
I might watch the new season of Before 90 Days, which is going to air
John,
on
are you
Sunday.
reading these? Are you reading these comments because they're so overwhelming? Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, all of you.
I don't want to read them because I don't want to get upset. I'm not even looking at them because it's been really hard here.
I have to tell you guys, John
I
needed
know
a
that-
great live
I know-
tonight as much as you all did. We needed to pick
I
me
know
up.
that-
We needed it live.
I know that 90 Days is my bread and butter, and I've given up on it. And, but I will.
We can do it in a different direction. Maybe we can just.
No, we can. I'm gonna watch the new season. It starts on Sunday, and then we'll go live again. And I'm not gonna follow them, and I'm gonna try to be as stupid as the people watching the TV show, and not try to put my thoughts into production and everything else like that in there. So.
And whenever John invites me back, providing I can, if you guys.
Screw off.
Thank you for being in the chat over on my side, Patricia, and all those who were over there.
They're all saying they're
Brooklyn, Addi, Wicked will always have a seat at my table. No matter how much we hate each other, and we've never hated each other ever, but they will always have a seat at my table. And
John and I have never had an argument.
Oh, we have.
No, but me
for tonight, like brother.
No, and
thank you.
The thing is, I've hang out with both these people in real life. Addi flew across the country to hang out with me.
Absolutely true.
And
see it on my TikTok.
And I'm just as loud in real life. Believe it or not, guys, I'm just as loud.
Yeah.
And I'm just like this in real life.
I know these people in real life and on YouTube live. So it is what it is. But we've been going through a lot here, and I've been lost. I've been lost for a long time.
Sometimes a night like tonight makes you find out where you belong again.
I've been lost, and tonight was the first night in a long time where I felt that I kind of was in my place again. And
yay! Let's stay there.
Yep.
Yeah. And then don't forget, Sister Wives is starting again on the 15th, right?
Oh.
All right. I'm telling you guys right now.
Let me Google.
I'm just telling you all right now. I'm warning you all. Sister Wives is my favorite show on television ever. So I am making a commitment in front of all of you, which I know this mother jumper is going to hold me to. He's going to harass the shit out of me. I am going.
I need to see it. I need it in blood on.
I am doing
with a quill.
No. Excuse me. When you say to me, did you watch this show? Did you watch that show? And I say no, that's never the case with Sister Wives. When it comes to Sister Wives, I watch it the minute it hits the screen, and I will commentate because I'm very passionate about that show. So if you guys think I'm nuts, wait till that show comes on.
Oh, I can't wait. Now that one
I
will
just want to
stay.
ask the chat. Yeah, I just want to ask the chat. If I do Sister Wives with Addi and John and Wicked, will you guys come? I want to just see.
Okay, well, like that's a bullshit question because she's gonna do it anyways. So like, don't even answer it because that's what's
because
up.
I want to see if they'll come. Don't listen to him. I'm poll of if you'll come or not.
I would love if Maria W came back. So let's see if we can get Maria W back. Listen, I'm at like a new plane in my existence where I just want goodness and I like honestly, like, you know, people are like, oh, John, you're full of shit, but I'm at this place where, like, you know, real dying really put like it just, and then like, you know, with Patrick and his brain cancer, and I just want, you know, life is short is what we're finding on YouTube, and Lord knows I could be dead, or Cody, or any of us tomorrow. Like, you know, we never know what tomorrow's gonna bring, right? You know, that's why today's what's the saying? Like, today's a gift, present. Like, what's that saying? Like, I don't even know what it is, but you know, no one knows what tomorrow is gonna bring, and I just want. Go ahead. I just want to have fun with y'all. So we're gonna do Sister Wives, and
we're also gonna continue with the Scott Peterson thingy.
Oh, I don't know about that. Are we gonna do? Are we still doing that? I don't know.
You don't want to do it anymore? Okay, never mind.
No. We can do it. We can still do it. No. We can do it. I
All I know is King of Chaos. I have opinions too, so I will meet you right back here when that show starts, and you could hold me to that. And if anybody want to see me, they all said yes, so I'm coming.
No, Addi, we can still do the Scott stuff. I thought that was like a dead issue. Like, I thought like that wasn't going to happen anymore. So you kind of caught me off guard with that. But yeah, we can still do Scott.
Nope. It's okay.
But yeah, and then the Housewives and everything else. But good night, everybody. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And we love you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.